Hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Drifting, a Traveller TTRPG show. I believe it's Mongoose 2nd edition. Someone asked about that, so Mongoose 2nd edition.
Mongoose Special Edition?
Second.
Okay.
So the more recent.
It's not an initial D TTRPG then?
No.
Drifting?
No.
Okay. That was a very funny joke, thank you very much.
I haven't actually seen Initial D.
But you're a weeb!
Yeah.
That's so weird. Even I've seen it.
Well, yeah, but you like cars.
I do like cars.
And I don't.
Anyway!
This is fucking fascinating.
Let's go around the room in a clockwise direction, because I want to give everyone the chance to have a go at me for not having the same zoom positions as everyone else.
Do we know what clockwise is now?
Yeah, I mean clockwise is the way I'm looking here.
So I'm first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe it is working. Hi, I'm Peachy Pixelate. We're doing the shows. Twitch.tv/FeaturePixelate. On Thursdays, I look at ghosts and race cars with Jay Britton. The other days, I do whatever the fuck I want. And on Wednesdays, we watch stuff. Anyway, I'm playing Colton. He's old and grumpy and has to deal with this person in the engine room. And the only person that truly understands him is the person that stands in front of him and doesn't have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
While simultaneously having a silent conversation with him. I don't think I've even met the pilot yet.
No, you have, because everyone sat down for
dinner.
We haven't had a conversation.
You have not had a conversation yet, no.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But you're just too lazy to have the conversation, and I just don't want the conversation.
Yeah.
And that's me. Hi.
Okay, let's move over in a clockwise direction. Technically, it should be me, although it's a weird clock because it's basically flat. But next up is Kareen and also Tezuchka.
What?
I don't know.
That-
Yeah, I think he's
not
going off
clockwise,
of
all
his Zoom.
anti-clockwise.
I'm going off my Zoom.
Yeah, which none of us know what it is. So basically,
Yes.
we don't know when we'll be called, and usually it'll be when we're like eating or drinking or something
It's
like that.
very exciting.
Yes.
We think you mean
Anyway.
clockwise on
Oh,
the
on-
Twitch
On the
screen.
show,
No,
like everyone
why
else
would-
can see.
That would make,
It would
that
make sense.
That would make sense
for
Why
the
would they do
audience.
that?
Just stop saying clockwise or anti-clockwise and say who's next.
This way, it's random. To everyone else, it's like for me, it's clockwise.
Hi, I'm Tess.
Hey,
Or
Tess.
Tessichka. I also play Kareen, and I love her name, and she's a really interesting character that I'm excited to play. Yeah, everybody on this show is really cool, and I'm really lucky to be among them, and I'm excited for the rest of the show and all the things. And I can't brain today. I'm sorry. Brain totally gone. I stream on my channel occasionally. Usually it's Saturdays, but lately it's been not Saturdays. So there's actually going to be a stream tonight. I'll be building a keyboard. It'll be fun. Probably, unless I end up too tired, and then I'll probably die a lot in Demon Souls or something. Oh, also I stream on the Borderlands channel. I do the Bordercast, and yeah, I'm super excited for more Borderlands things in the near future, or maybe Wonderlands things, or I don't know. That's it. Oh, Rhyme. I'm on Rhyme on Fridays on Table Story. Oh, God.
Yes. So there you go. Thank you, Tess. Who do you think's next? It's either Amelia or Safi. Any guesses? It's Amelia.
Okay. Okay, well, I was...
Hi, I'm Safi Pie.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're a voice actor, but that's a really good one, love.
No. I'm desperate to try and get an impression of you down, because that would be really funny.
Got to pub! Real thick gravy! There we go, spot on.
I don't need to do it now. How can I top that?
No.
That's almost as good as Jay's you impression.
If you want to do a Safi impression, you have to sound like Tinkerbell, who works at a steel mill.
Oh my god, that is my next tabletop
A
character.
Sheffieldian.
Fuck all
fucking
my other
Tinkerbell.
ideas. That's it.
Perfect. She's so mad.
I'm gonna negate my turn, and I think Safi should introduce herself because we've been talking about her.
I don't want to because she's gonna shout at me.
It's a very defeatist attitude.
Am I too loud? I will turn myself down. There we go.
So yes, Safi. Hello.
Hi. Everyone who's made fun of me.
Yeah, Tess.
Excuse me? What?
Don't worry about it.
I love Safi. She's amazing.
All right. So it's only hi. I'm Safi. I stream sometimes, and that is about it. I play Astrid. She's a dumb fuck, and I love it.
There we are.
Nice.
Amelia, do you want to finish yours off, or should we
Yeah,
just...
all right then. I'm Amelia Tyler. I voice characters for video games, and when I'm not doing that, I play Lady Faye Rowan over on Follow Black Cats on Thursday evenings, 7 p.m. UK time, in our Game of Thrones game. It's just going into our final season, and it is the most glorious shit show. We're all gonna die. That's pretty much it. We had our first episode of this season the other day, and yeah, shit's already going down. We'll come and play. That's it. That's it.
So I have a... Did you voice a character called Malady?
I did.
Oh, that explains that comment so much more then.
What?
There was just a random comment on the last video. I love Malady, such a cool voice.
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, there's no character or drifting called Malady. I
Yeah,
don't
no, that's
understand.
the character I played in Divinity Original Sin 2. She's a half demon, half elf, all sassy badass bitch. And
That,
she owns your ass. That's,
that explains
it.
a lot. Okay, cool. So yes, and I'm Sheepdog. I run the Wandering Inn. I don't really have too much of a spiel to do, and I kind of want to get into it. So there's a Patreon,
On the
there's
Discord,
a Discord.
follow him on
Yeah.
Twitter,
Yeah,
etc.
Twitter's kind of if you want to get notified. that's
YouTube,
pretty
if you
much
want to
it.
watch the VOD.
YouTube is good to watch the VODs. And also, when I start producing my YouTube recorded only show, you'll catch the show there because it won't be on Twitch. So, shall we get into the second episode of Drifting?
Yes.
We should, but we should also talk about what happened in the first episode of Drifting. We had an introduction to our ship, the two other people on the ship, who are the captain Fainleth and the second in command. I keep wanting to say Knowlton. It's a mixture of Nomi and Colton, which is nothing to do with his name. It's because Romy Bankwell, who is the second in command. Also, the new ship handyman, quartermaster, and power generator person. Shorthand PGP, I guess. Who is Colton Nguyen, who had a bit of a chat with the captain and fixed some of the power issues. Power issues essentially being they had the power up too high, like pumping out energy where it wasn't needed.
Wasting energy.
Yeah. We also met Nomi Sine, who is a botanist, a farmer, or I can't remember the genius thing that Astrid came up with, but
Botalist.
botalist, there we go. Possibly a botalist who I feel like if we were to translate Nomi's introduction into the real world, it would be an episode of Kitchen Nightmares, where Gordon Ramsay goes into a kitchen, he's like, what the fuck is all this? And it's just, instead it's Nomi going into the garden and being like,
Raw!
This is incorrect.
yeah, no, it's, yeah, so Nomi wasn't impressed with the garden on the ship. And I'm have been currently looking at a long list of ingredients that have been set up for.
Yeah, I did send him the long list.
It's a long list.
A long,
It's
long
also
list.
up on the Roll20, by the way. If anyone wants to add stuff to the shopping list, feel free to have a look at it and add to it. That's going to be yours to deal with, by the way, Colton. Just for the future.
Yeah, I am the quartermaster.
Yeah. Additionally, we met Astrid, who met Romy in a bar, went back to the engine room, was like, yep, alright, looks all good aside from this, pulls out a fuel rod, leaves it dangling, and yeah, it's a little bit of getting settled for everyone in their respective jobs. And finally, we met Kareen, who is our pilot. Very energetic and raring to go. Go get her.
She's, yeah, she just wants to chill. That's all she really wants.
Yeah. But you also got jumped on the ship, checked out the I keep wanting to say cockpit, but it's the bridge, and made yourself acquainted with the resident AI, who has a cat persona.
Yes, currently asleep somewhere. I don't know where. You know, cat persona. So it's probably wandering around the ship somewhere.
Yeah.
But yes, that was an interesting introduction.
Yeah. There was a bit of chatting and getting to know each other. If I was to sum it up very quickly, Astrid is hungry, Kareen is both lazy and drinks a lot of coffee. Colton doesn't talk very much, and neither does Nomi. Okay, so.
We talk precisely the right amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We communicate
more is needed.
information
No
and
more,
then cease
no
that
less.
communication.
I even attempted small talk for a sentence. Okay, I'm not completely alien.
Are you talking about the abandoned sentence where you radioed through to the engine room and said, never mind after one word?
Well, in my defense,
Mm-hmm.
she's a nightmare.
Yeah. We ended last episode with a dinner. It was basically just a big stew. The captain went off to grab a big hunk of bread that he came trotting back with, and everyone sat down to eat. Had a little bit of a chat. What wasn't the warmest dinner I've ever been to, but. And then the captain mentioned that he has picked up a job for the crew to do. I don't know whether I said... Did I get as far as saying as what the job was?
No.
No.
Okay. In that case, we'll go back. Fade back into the dining room. I believe Colton had got up to grumble away. But the captain asked him to stay so he could tell you about the job. So, the job is essentially a supply run, but it's a long haul supply run, so you know, I think it's probably gonna... Kareen, are you good at plotting courses, navigation, telling how long it would take? Yeah, okay. Do you have, like, any idea, like, a trip over to Talend, like, how long that would take?
out of character sheepy, how long would that take?
It'd take about 3 weeks. Like ish, give or take, depending on.
I think roughly around 3 weeks, something like that.
Okay.
Unless we're in an extreme hurry.
Okay. So yeah, it should take us 3 weeks out. Give a couple of days for delivery. If we need, we can obviously drop in on one of the stations up in Annie. If not, then we'll just do 3 weeks back and come and collect the paycheck.
Do we supply our own supplies or?
Yeah. The payment for time spent is included in the job payment. Essentially, the job will be for 100,000 credits, and with the 5% off the top share, means everyone gets 5.
And what are the supplies?
Mostly food and medical, with some more heavy duty equipment, like industrial equipment. Replacement for miners, and replacement parts for, excavation units, that type of thing.
Okay, get me a list.
Right. Yeah. So, aside from that, we just have to drop them off with the foreman at the mine in Talend, and that's job done. Does anyone have any... Okay, so first up, does anyone have any business up in Annie, and does anyone have any worries about being there, outstanding warrants or...
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
I'm also looking at Astrid.
I guess I have to look somewhere, and I was...
Okay, why are you looking at me when you said that? I'm looking at Colton.
Because the captain was looking at you.
Oh.
Okay, you look like trouble. Didn't
You
say
look
I had a
old.
problem with it.
Look at both of them, but I don't say anything.
The captain's like, pause for a sec, just see if it's gonna bubble over. Okay. So, what we need is to make sure we have the necessary supplies before we go. Unfortunately, unless we can manage to get in the supplies for the garden, a lot of that stuff will have to wait till we get back. And he's looking
So-
at Nomi when he says that.
What precisely am I supposed to do?
Well, that's hopefully we can get enough to get you started, and then when we come back, the rest will be waiting for us when we come back here, and then we can get everything set up and ready to go.
Oh, I could show you how to book engine room with me.
I was thinking if you wanted it, I don't know what your other skill sets are, but I'm sure Kareen could always use a co-pilot.
Well, if
Or if you know how to pilot and you want to do some of the work, that'd be just fine by me.
I'm not sure you want that. No, if we can have at least the basics. It takes a little while to get things going. It'll
Only
take
takes
many
a
weeks.
while.
Well, we hopefully will get a decent amount, so you can at least start setting up the plants for implantation and the other things that you do with plants.
It would be good for food if we're, out there for a while.
We have a lot of ration packs stored away. They're not tasty.
Yeah.
Captain, technically those are rations.
Those should be for emergencies, right? That's
Well, I mean,
Also, eventually you will get scurvy.
wrong.
I'll see what I can do.
It'll get scary.
Ration packs
He's not
don't
scary.
provide oxygen either.
no.
The place currently smells like the inside of a shoe.
Don't.
Yeah, she's really not wrong.
Well, it's a little bit lived in, but it's because people used to live in here.
Halton absolutely does not notice the smell.
So we'll see what we can do. Not worth worrying about it until it's time to go. We still need to receive the delivery from the company anyway. So it might be that we have enough time to pick up the supplies. Just a warning that we may not have a time to pick up all the supplies, especially if some of the items aren't on the station.
Well, if they're not on the station, there's not very much we can do about it, is there?
Is there anything else we need to know about the job?
It seems like a simple milk run. Usually, if there's danger to it or possibility of danger, we can ask for a hazard fee, or if something happens on the way, then we can just request it.
There's always a possibility.
There's always a possibility, but there's varying degrees of possibility.
Captain,
Yeah.
one thing. When you got this thing, have you got the vetting papers for it as well?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to see if he's lying.
Okay.
Spoilers, he is.
Roll me your, is it deception, I think?
Deception, yeah. Oh, my sheet's done something funny. What was that?
Oh, that's the just click on and
Oh,
off
it's done the thing again.
The boon bane thing.
Ah,
I don't know why it starts as
one
automatically
moment,
turned
caller.
on.
Can't you just ignore the second dice, or does it affect it?
It rolls 3 dice and drops the
on.
lowest. So
Let's try that again. I have refreshed the sheet. I'm clicking Bane. I'm clicking Boon. I'm clicking back to normal.
I'm happy to take that roll because you rolled 3 5s, so it wouldn't make any difference.
Okie dokie.
So yeah, you rolled a 5 and your boon bane was a 5 as well. So perfectly legitimate roll as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, he seems confident enough. I think the best way I could phrase this is, it seems like he has all the papers in order. He's just not sure which one that is.
Okay.
Is the best way I could describe it. So it's like lying but not lying. Yes. I do.
Can I see it?
It's tucked away with all the other papers for the ship and why?
Because I'm not going to let us fly without having seen it's been properly vetted.
Oh, do you mean like making sure all the engines and thrusters and stuff are working, or
All of it. Outsides. You did get it done when you bought it, right?
we made sure all the consoles and all the controls were working and everything. Yeah.
Perhaps you would like to delegate the handling of any paperwork to another member of the crew. You surely have quite enough to be dealing with.
We'll see how it goes. You know, it's,
As you wish.
So, if that would actually help quite a lot, if you wanted to check on the ship, make sure there are no holes in it or anything. Okay, good. Good. I assume there aren't any holes in the ship, otherwise it wouldn't have been able to get here in the first place, right?
You'd be surprised.
Alright.
How far did you travel? Like, where did you come from to get here? Or did you get the ship here?
Oh, I purchased the ship here, yes.
I hate to give us all more work, but maybe a test flight might be in order.
After I've vetted it, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just a little one.
I'm sure if there's any problems, Astrid will figure it out.
Cool. You got this, girl.
So yeah, that's the job. Pretty simple, just a supply run. Does anyone have any worries, queries before we accept the job?
5% is 5%.
Agreed.
Okay, good. In that case, Astrid, if you don't mind making sure the ship isn't going to fall apart, that'd be great. Colton, and he reaches into his jacket and pulls out like a more and more crumpled every time, and like I think Kareen, you saw it earlier. Paper. Could you jump on either jump on the console downstairs or just head out into the commercial district and see how much of this you can find?
I'll probably head out and make sure there's enough power for tests.
Okay.
How much you need, Astrid?
Huh?
How much power you need?
35? Then.
Since I cannot be of any use here currently, would you like me to go with you to advise on some of the items?
Yes, I don't understand some of these plants.
As you wish.
I'm given to understand some are good, some are bad.
That is accurate, I suppose, depending on your viewpoint.
I mean the quality.
She doesn't say anything in response to that, just, oh.
Okay, in that case, I will contact the client and let them know that we're ready to receive delivery. Good. And we'll aim to take off in a couple of days.
Let's just see how it all goes first.
Given the assumption that everything is fine and we're not going to blow up as soon as we try and take off. Okay. Good. Kareen, I'll probably need to talk to you in a couple of hours after I had a chat with the client just to go over navigational stuff.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, good. In that case, everyone and go and do the things that we need to do.
I'll just be on the bridge.
Okay.
Just stand up and leave.
Yeah.
Engine room.
Follow him silently.
And Captain Leth like stands up and starts picking up some of the plates and takes them over to the side bit where Roby's still kind of like cleaning up the ends of dinner. And
Sorry, if I hear a plate clinking, I'll run back in and go, "Don't throw that away," and then leave.
okay.
Go recycle, reuse.
So, Cream. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. First of all, I want to go to the generator room,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give an extra 35% because that's what she said she wanted,
Yeah.
and then
Astrid,
Yellow.
the red button is emergency stop, the green button is restart.
Red light, green light. Got it.
Aye.
Cheers.
Okay. And then, essentially into the cargo bay, hit the open ramp and head down into town. It feels weird to call it into town, but head out towards the commercial district. With
I will
yeah.
let Nomi go first.
Okay.
Oh. I think there'll be like a bit of an awkward, like both of them slowing down, like she's matching your pace, and suddenly gets to understand why I am not experienced with this area of.
Oh,
Do you not know where you're going?
you can walk through the door first.
She'll quirk an eyebrow just slightly.
Mm.
As you wish.
As soon as she
walk.
goes through the doorway first, I will come after her and then overtake her and lead her where we need to go.
Okay.
And there will be probably no talking between us until we get there.
All right.
She'll definitely be watching him more curiously now. She wants to figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll let you two walk in silent for a little bit and revisit that whole just amazing expedition in a bit.
I love Nomi. She's the best.
Kareen, I assume for now you're not really getting on to much. Like,
No, I mean, I would go to the bridge because that's where my like job is, even though there's in fact, because there's nothing to do there really. She's just gonna go there. She might like start looking at the navigation setup just to kind of, you know, I mean, she's familiar with it, but she might just kind of tentatively plot stuff so that it's really easy to actually get started when she needs to. But besides that, she probably just sit in the pilot's chair and get comfortable.
yeah.
Try to look busy.
It essentially, all of the ships have a basic navigation chart, which is you know, it's essentially like a table with the known section of space you're in, and when you essentially like type out a course or plot a course, it'll tell you the likelihood of, like, you know, running into a planet's orbital gravitational field or like known asteroid fields and things like this. Even like electromagnetic stuff that can sometimes drift about. Because this ship has been around a while, you actually expected it to essentially have a, you expected it to essentially have like a fair amount of detail. It seems like it's only been used for a little bit of travel inside the inner system. So traveling in between the systems probably won't bring much up that was known about. Very often, for the sake of like trade routes and like secrecy between the factions, quite often the travel details will be guarded or secret. Especially corporations do that a lot. So they may have like secret routes which are safe or that type of thing.
I mean, I'm assuming there's a known route that I can take. Plus.
Yes. And the thing is especially for Annie and Benny, there's a lot less traffic going out there, back and forth. So it's a bit like a forest trail, like if enough people walk up and down it, it becomes well known and used. But yeah. So in that case, the plotting, like just very bare start plotting, seems like it'll take about 3 weeks to get there, and everything seems fine on the way there, but also there's not that information you can pull up on the trip.
Yeah,
so.
I'm assuming I'm gonna have to be paying some attention while we're flying.
Yeah.
Which she kind of rolls her eyes, but it's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly content just sitting here and staring out at space. That's what I want to be doing.
It's good to do that anyway.
Yeah.
I have to do my job?
In general, during travel, I wouldn't say you put it onto autopilot exactly, but there are sensors around which will ping you, or like, and you would also have it set up so that essentially, if there's anything of note, like if you suddenly, if the sensors pick up a planet or a ship, you'll be pinged.
Good stuff.
Should be fine.
Yeah, I'd basically be sitting at my chair and just like fiddling with things and making sure everything was set up how I wanted, that everything was arranged the way I wanted, just getting comfy.
Looking at the systems and
Yeah.
Given that you do know the ship type reasonably well, let me just have a little look here. I might be able to turn this into a roll for something. I would say, ooh, actually yes, could you please roll me a recon, please? I think you just deleted recon.
What?
There it is. It's
Oh.
back. So if you scroll down a little bit, then you click on the word recon.
Oh, I see. Okay, I was looking in the wrong place.
The first set of lists are black and red, and they let you turn on and off the display for the skills. Holy crap. Nice. So yeah, you pick this up almost instantly. The sensors for the ship seem to be kind of crappy. Definitely run down and just a bit spotty. So there's little kind of like blank areas where the sensors don't hit or reach.
I think I'd look at that and be like, the ship isn't that old. I wonder why. Maybe I'll have to talk to Colton or Astrid about that. Maybe they can fix it.
Or a
I'll do it
replacement will
later.
need to be got. So
Yeah. I guess I'll do it later.
yeah.
Can I, has Colton left? Can I
Yes,
message him?
He's left.
Yeah, I guess I'll have no choice but to do it later. Alright.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, Astrid. As you're in the engine room and just kind of finagling about, the captain comes in. Kind of like pokes his head around and says, "Hello?"
Captain?
Hello. No salute needed, really. But okay. It's not terrible. I was thinking I could come with you as you go over the outside of the ship.
Sure. Yeah.
I thought it might be worth me knowing.
If you got scammed her out.
Yes. Or, if there's something I need to know about the ship. Just seems like I should know.
Yeah, sure. You alright climbing up there and all that?
Yeah. I've been on ships before.
You been on top of ships?
Yeah.
Right. I tell you what. I'm just gonna put this ignition rod back in, but could you get the platformer out of the cargo bay so we can actually go up there?
Right. Yeah. I'll go get that ready then. See you in 10 minutes?
Yes, Captain.
Okay. And he kind of pauses at the door for a second and looks in this kind of not 100% sure if that salute's ironic or sarcastic or not.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, and whilst he's off to that, I'm gonna pop the irradium rod, which had halfway. I'm just gonna put it all the way back, make sure it's locked in. I'm gonna undo the pin on the screen. I just check that all the engine levels are the same as where I left them from last time.
Yeah. Everything has maintained.
Right, Gucci.
Uh-huh.
Put it back.
Classic brand of engine. I think it's the Gucci 3000, I suppose.
Oh. Right. Okay. Alright, engine. Good.
Engine
All good. Got plenty of radiant rods. All that.
good. A decent amount of kick fuel.
Yeah. So, Cream was saying 3 weeks-ish. We got plenty.
No, given the vicissitudes of flight and whatnot, most likely there'll be 3 rods there, 4 rods back maybe.
Yeah.
Total,
You said
you might have. You'll probably go to 7 fuel rods, irradium rods.
Yeah. How many did you say we had last time? I thought you said we had
70.
70.
Yeah.
70. Yeah.
Gives you a stat
Latin.
10 to, also, just because you've kind of been hanging out in the engine, I would assume by now you've checked. The engine room especially, probably the engine room and the generator room look the more pristine and better maintained than other parts of the ship.
Yeah.
So it's very likely whoever crewed this before, at the very least, had a good engineer and kind of. I guess it's the backroom crew, isn't it? Because they're right at the butt of the ship. Right.
Forever the mature one.
Yeah.
Right. I don't have much kit other than what's already in here and what I've popped on list. Yeah. So I've checked everything for now. I guess I shall go meet the captain outside and we'll go climb a ship.
If you want, you can grab the toolkit from the locker room.
Yeah. I'll go to the locker room and.
It's not amazing. The best you can. It doesn't even have a proper like torch. But it's got enough that you can make very minor repairs if you.
Have I been assigned a locker yet?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna get my marker pen and just write Astrid on it. There we go.
It's probably the best way you could mark your territory. Okay, so.
How else would you do it?
Naomi any ideas?
I can actually use that.
Yeah. So when you get out the side of the ship, the captain is there with this kind of self-raising platform. You know, goes up and down.
Right. Let's put my ear defenders on. There we go.
You look like you're about to say chocks away.
Fucking Biggles.
Biggles.
Oh, all right. So it might get a bit noisy up here because I've had him put power on just a little bit. We're gonna work our way through each engine exhaust and along the bodywork along the top.
Okay.
Okay.
And then he just like and raises up kind of to acceptable level so that you can step out onto the top of the ship. Top of the ship's mostly flat. It's got like a little bit of a curve and then it goes straight down. So.
Right. Watch your footing. Yeah. So I'm gonna start from right hand side and just start checking exhaust filters. Is checking that everything's been, I guess, serviced.
Yeah.
Or replaced appropriately. There's no damages or I forbid anything growing inside the engine. That shit stays in the farm.
So yeah, the as you kind of go from the rear end of the ship kind of forwards, and there's probably a couple of points where you actually have to jump back onto the platform and move it around, and so you kind of more look inside bits of the kind of engine exhaust, etc. That all seems like pretty well maintained.
Alright.
It's virtually impossible to not have some like blackening and cracking of, not cracking, but you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
bit of build up, but it's not something that needs to be addressed unless you particularly want to.
That's standard.
Same with the thrusters on the side. They're kind of small exhausts just for like a quick hot jet of flame to kind of, a little bit of a boost to one side or the other. Everything on the ship, the one very good bit is there aren't any obvious holes, and from like a fairly thorough go over, there doesn't seem to be any like micro fissures, which is always a problem on ships. Like if they get a bit old, they start to crack and buckle sometimes. So
Yeah.
The one thing that does pop out to you as you're going is the kind of nest of sensors towards the front of the ship. Essentially, they bounce. It's like a bat. They bounce out and receive back, and just tell you where objects are and stuff. Seem to be a little bit corroded and degraded. I don't think you'd have any idea of what it seems to be like. Maybe something acidic, just slowly eating away at it for a bit. So. Yeah.
Well, that ain't right. Well, like, good thing, Captain, is most of the ship is ready to fly. Bad thing is, the one thing that ain't good means we can't fly.
Okay.
Them need replacing.
Where is it?
That was a ball.
Okay. Does it need to be fixed, or is it operational?
Like, I don't know what's done this to it.
Yeah.
I won't leave it like that. I would. It's not as if it's like it's rusted. If it's rusted, you can just, I don't know, you can just treat that. I don't know if this is just gonna, I don't know, continue. So I would just replace it. I'm just sort of like gonna reach out and just try and like shake the stand that like the sensors are on.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We can't really, until we get paid, we can't really afford to replace it. Can we?
We can't really fly with it either.
I mean, you see. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll go and talk to Kareen. I'll see what she says about the sensors and see if, if we're flying blind, obviously we can't do without replacing it.
God. You wanna fly with a fuck sensor?
No. It depends how fucked the sensor is. As long as we can fly and we're not going to be in any danger of, like planets hitting us, I think we should get the job done first, because otherwise we're going to be flying with no... I don't want to fly and then maybe not get the job done and also spend all of our money on a sensor. If we can even afford a sensor at the moment, which I'm not sure we can.
So we can't afford sensor, but we can afford the entire garden.
Entire garden's actually not that expensive, because it's like seeds and plants
And bottles.
I don't think there are any. Well, no, I think there's a couple of bottles maybe in the.
Right.
But as opposed to what looks like a huge nest of very expensive electronics and sensors. And I think there's some tempered glass there as well, so that's always expensive.
Right. Right, if you're gonna go down to Crane, or I don't know, go see her in a bit maybe, so we can get a gauge on how fucked this sensor is. I think now might be a good time for you to go down and ask her.
Okay.
Let's go see what she can see, and I'll see if I can wiggle it a little bit.
Alright, don't take it out though.
Ever.
Is that a lie? Because if it is, he's gonna roll to see if you were lying, essentially.
Okay, it's a little lie.
Okay.
Can I roll deception on you? Just to be a very good liar.
Yeah.
Oh boy, my first roll.
Don't forget to reset the roll type.
Back to normal. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
Oh, it's quite good, bud. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to go and talk to Kareen.
Yeah.
My suggestion is, if you go and just keep making sure there aren't any holes in the ship or anything else that's a problem. My request is, if there's anything wrong with the ship, please do find it, but please make sure before you find it, it's not too expensive, because we really can't afford to replace much on the ship right now. So if it's too expensive, just don't find it.
It's not broke. Oh, mate. Right.
Yeah?
Yes, Captain.
Or preferably, already fix it before it becomes a problem. That'd be great as well.
Yeah, I'll just use my fucking psychic seeing goggles.
Perfect. What do those do?
Oh no, I call them feels. Alright, you go. Right, you wanna go talk to Crane, Captain?
I'll go talk to Crane.
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea.
Good job, Astrid. It's nice to know we have someone reliable looking after our ship. I'll go talk to Kareen. He's like walking backwards very slightly, just keeping an eye on you. Like, don't rip that out. No ripping that out, please. And then he turns and you hear the of the crane going down.
I'm immediately gonna go and see if there's any wires broken underneath it.
You gonna take it out?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you have the tools to essentially you can unlatch it, and you've got like wrenches and screwdriver, like those type of tools. You just don't have the acetylene torches, you know, the stuff that can really like weld and cut.
Yeah. All right.
Just as an FYI for the entire crew, you may want to put that on your shopping list, because those can be really useful.
Right, so I just gotta make sure I detach it at a detachable point and not just fucking snap the fucker.
Yeah. So you can kind of like take the collar off it, so that you can look inside and everything.
Okay.
The inside of it seems fine. All the wires and everything are perfectly. They're not pristine, but they're not corroded or bad. It seems to be like a few spots on the sensors themselves. It's possibly like the best thing you can think is maybe someone dripped some acid on it. Yeah.
Do I notice her messing with it?
No, this is on top of the ship, so.
Right, but like if she's messing with the sensors, do I see them?
No.
or anything?
The sensors are a lot more. They're not like visual sensors. They're more kind of like long range. So, you know, it won't spot someone down the road. It'll spot an asteroid way out in space. Like, you know, that'll get to you in the next 2-3 hours.
Maybe it'll spot that. Okay.
Alright, so these spots on sensor, are they like...
Just slightly dented in caved areas of the sensors.
Am I able to just like wipe it off? Is it like solidified there? Is it dusty?
It's more kind of corroded away. This isn't really your area of expertise.
Alright.
And unless you have quite high electronics.
Let's have a look. Okay, I don't know.
You've got -1 in electronics.
Alright, so maybe not then.
This really isn't your thing exactly. Having met Colton, you'd say probably this is something Colton will have a bit more of an expertise on and be able to help you with.
Yeah.
So the best you can say is replacing the glass, maybe. But I would say that you're not super confident even in uninstalling it.
Yeah. I'll leave that to Grumps, and he can fix it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna reattach it and just wrench it back in.
Okay.
And I guess continue looking over the rest of the ship for anything I can find. Make sure all the panels are sealed and.
All right.
Yeah.
In that case, Kareen. The captain walks into like kind of the bridge door slides open and he walks in and says, "Green,
Hey.
hey."
What's up? I just kind of like I turn. Does the seat turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so I turn in.
I mean,
the seat.
that's much cooler. It turns and it leans because otherwise you couldn't put your feet up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was probably kind of leaning back and just contemplating things. And I would sit up and then turn to face him and be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Hey, have you gone over the systems for piloting?
Yes. So there does seem
Is there
to
a
be
problem
something.
with the sensors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you find a problem up top?
It depends
Depends.
on how bad the problem with the sensors is. Like,
What exactly is wrong with them?
I mean, you know, it's like when you get like a dirt spot on your glasses and you can kind of see it, and that's fine. Are the sensors operable? Like, are they particularly bad in terms of being able
They
to
appear to be glitchy, but functional-ish.
functional, working enough?
Functional-ish.
Yeah.
Is Astrid up there right now?
I think Astrid's probably finding problems with the ship that's going to be expensive.
Well, I mean, what you don't want to have happen is have us run into something like an asteroid,
Right.
and then, you know, it would be a lot more
They're
expensive.
pretty small spots, though. I assume that would equate to, you know, still picking up asteroids and planets and stuff.
Okay. Also out of character, Shibi, do I think that these, like, am I getting some readings from them?
Yeah, no, they're the best way I can describe it is in a paragraph, it would be like 10 missing letters. You know, so like a fairly chunky paragraph, lots of words and stuff. There's just a few missing letters where, you know, you can still see what the word says, but that you can't see all of the letters in the word.
Okay. So, I mean, I think we can maybe get away with this as long as the problem's not getting worse. If it gets worse, then we might be in trouble. But
Okay.
if it's not getting worse, then I'll just
Definitely
have
not
to
getting worse.
pay a little closer attention.
Unless Astrid has tried to fix it, in which case it might get worse. But let's not worry about that now. Let's say for the moment, everything is fine. Well, everything is...
Maybe we should prioritize these to be fixed once this next mission is over.
As soon as we get paid, I intend to get a replacement for whatever needs replacing on the sensor.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna message Astrid real quick, okay? Astrid?
Sup?
So the captain said there was a little bit of a problem with the sensors, which I'm seeing here. It doesn't look too bad, but they'll need to be replaced eventually, as long as they're not getting worse. Does it look... Are you...
Yeah, I had a little look. I know it's a naughty, but I had a look anyway. It seemed right. I mean, enough. We'll get Grumps to have a look at them once he's back, but he says can't afford to place them.
Yeah, I mean, they're functional.
Like
They're
how
like on the
functional
lower
is
end of functional, yeah.
Right.
So we might be okay for one trip, hopefully. We should definitely have Colton take a look when he gets back. Alright.
Right.
Thanks. I just wanted to double check.
Yeah. Alright. Cool. Question, do you know your next of kin?
Are you that worried?
Huh? Right then,
Okay.
bye!
Bye. Yeah, just a priority.
Yeah, that seems to have sorted that.
Yeah.
Everyone's
We'll
happy?
have Colton take a look.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll be fine. with it.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Okay. Cool.
Good. You good?
Yeah.
Happy?
I'm great.
Yeah. Glad you signed on.
Yeah. This is a pretty chill bridge, chill crew so far. They all seem to know what they're doing mostly, as far as I can tell.
Perfect. Yeah. No. Good.
Cool.
I'm gonna go contact. Contact.
Oh, okay. You do that.
I'll sort it out. I think they'll provide. They said they'd provide us with the navigational landing data, so we know where to land on the planet and where to
Great.
touch. Is it a touchdown? Landing pad? Touchdown pad, maybe.
Either works.
They just
Have you never landed a ship before?
I've never flown a ship before.
Oh. Okay.
I used to live on them, but you know it's different.
Flying one, yes.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Than just being on one.
Yeah, definitely a little different.
And you know,
Okay.
you seem very talented, so I'm very happy to. I should go to the contact the contact.
Yeah.
I'll get that data for you, so you know where you're landing.
That'd be great. Thanks.
Great.
I'm just gonna make sure the sensors are working okay.
Didn't you just do that?
As okay as they can be.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep observing them.
Okay.
I'm just gonna lay down on the top of the ship and then just like press my face down over the glass.
I'll talk to you later.
Wait for Kareem.
Yo, it's so
Oh, hey.
visually you're like in the corner, like really forward to the left.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, Astrid. I like her.
Hi.
The captain's been like backing away,
Hey.
and as he said that last bit, he like turned and left. So.
You having fun out there?
Oh, mate. I love it.
Cool. Does the rest of the ship look okay?
Rest of the ship looks fine.
Yeah, as far as I can tell.
A little bit run
Great.
down, a little bit old, but nothing too bad.
That's okay. These kinds of ships are generally fairly reliable.
Yeah. Alright, I'll see you inside. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So, I think for now we will shift perspective whoosh, across the station to two chatty Cathys who are just non-stop talking about, well, nothing. They're not talking at all.
We've been walking a good 20 minutes to get into the sort of the trade center part,
Yeah.
and we've said nothing. And I'm so
Great.
comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at this point they've probably fallen into step as well. So it's just the easiest walk. We found the most efficient way to travel A to B while not talking.
Mm.
Yeah, my step is probably quite regimented. Maybe
Yeah.
a bit faster than a chilled walking speed.
She would naturally match that
Okay.
just to make it more comfortable for you.
Yeah, and it's well, once you get away from the kind of docking areas, which is essentially ships come in, come into the docking area and touch down, and there's a whole load of bits like elevators going up and down to the different kind of, let's call them cubicles for the sake of argument. Once you get a bit further away from that, more people kind of coming and going from work, and then eventually when you get to the more commercial district area, not a massive one, not a crap ton of shops, definitely more drinking establishments and food establishments than anything else. It's a bit more hustle and bustle, there's more of a crowd.
You've been trading before?
Briefly. Not really.
No.
You?
Yeah.
After you then.
Right. Don't buy any carpets. Or the rats on sticks. I gave him my information.
Yeah.
We can proceed. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna look at what kind of trading posts we have here. Is there like general stores, or is there a bit more specialist stores?
There's a couple of general stores. There's a few kind of more, I guess you'd say, produce. Because this station is more of a trading hub, most of the goods tend to come and go here. They don't tend to stay here. I would say, Nomi, you think that given time spent here, like living here, or like extended stay here, you think there'd be ways to slowly like get information about people who, the equivalent of a couple of crates fell off the back of the storage area. And you might be able to find like more specific items that people can, make up here and sell for a slightly inflated profit. But there's no indication of that, just from a cursory glance around the merchant commercial area.
Also, I've not been told we're on any kind of a budget.
Yeah.
So I think we're fine to get everything I want.
We are not.
Communication is so important.
I am acutely aware of the budget.
There's the more kind of specialist stores tend towards the more practical. Not saying that farming isn't practical, but
it's the most practical.
Yeah. It tends more towards the industrial, essentially supplies for repair, maintenance, that type of thing. There's a couple of essentially like hardware at electronic stores, both for domestic and ships, because ships do come through here quite a lot. They need to maintain their systems and everything.
I would be naturally gravitating towards anything that looks like it might have either grow lights or stuff we could make grow lights out of.
I would not. So
Then I'll let you lead the way. This is not going to be a take your boyfriend shopping with you
like drifting
situation.
towards stuff. The first place that Colton's gonna go is like a general store trading post.
Yeah.
They have bits and bobs of everything.
Yeah, and there's a couple of those towards the center. Just kind of fairly large space with a lot of kind of aisles of, the best way to describe them is like random crap. The people who owned it clearly did the best they could to put things into categories, but the categories depended on how they felt at the time. You're pretty sure a couple of shelves is things that look blue.
That's fair. Nomi. You see anything that you can maybe reuse and make do?
I'll be keeping an eye out for things like rubber tubing, particularly sort of plasticky type or sealable items.
Yeah, so
Twine, wire, that sort of thing.
So the majority of what you're looking for can either be found at the hardware stores or are at the general store. Additionally, the majority of the majority of food will be found at the produce store. Most of that is okay. The only thing you're not going to find is the more obscure plants and seeds. And, I know. And the more technical and complicated electronics and grow, the more specific grow stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like fungicide, you're not going to find.
The reason that Colton has gone there first is because, like you said, they arrange their stuff, they just get it in and go, oh, I guess that goes here. And
They don't know the value of it.
yeah, so hardware stores, they'd be quite specific. This is for that, this is for that. In a general store, it's like, this looks like a square, but it's actually a phase Avenger.
I think certainly for things like the watering can she's after, she will find something that she knows she can cut in half and kind of maybe heat the plastic or something and turn something quite more like a milk carton or something, like a plastic one.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I reckon I can budge that together.
Well, you do have quite a few of the pots, and the troughs also will take the soil, so you don't have to. But obviously, that does still limit the amount of stuff you can grow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of let her sort of fish around because, like, I see this shit on the list. I could go to a hardware store and ask for it,
Yeah.
but
But
I wouldn't know what you could use instead of this. Which, like, Colton is like, well, you could buy a brand new bucket, or there is, you know, a plastic kind of buckety thing.
Yeah, I think she's like me in a charity shop right now. Like, I could use that for this. I could use that for this. Like picking up all sorts of little containers and bits and bobs that are not intentionally for this, but she's like, actually, this is a prettier option. I like this.
Okay. I'm just seeing to see if there's having a look to see if there's anything specifically that will be. Yeah. So I'd say the final 6 or so seeds won't be available. Just purely because the way you're going to the stuff you want there. There's a couple of I'll mark them off when I get a moment.
Yeah, that's
There's
all
a couple
good.
of others that won't be there, but when we're going into essentially a few of the spices and whatnot, like the chives and the sage, etc. That's available. That's fairly common, and the lettuce, turnips, etc.
Cool. Yeah, she only added the exotic stuff on there because she was basically told, ask Santa for what you want. And so she was like, right, I'm going to ask him for everything.
Yeah, people are like that, but Colton knows that you can maybe make it out of this stuff and some hose.
Yeah, I don't think she's been that, like, technically industrious in the stuff that she's picking up. I think that's something you would need to teach her. But there's certainly that basic level of, like, oh, a pretty glass that's chipped in the corner. I don't care that it's chipped. I can put stuff in that.
I think Colton could tinker and, like, get something going, but he doesn't know what the things do until you tell him how to make it do the thing, or what it does, rather. Sheepy, I'm looking around. Maybe you know how you have like baskets and boxes full of wires and cables and PCBs and stuff. I'm looking for a lithium core plasma amplifier because that will really fix the problem when we switch over to emergency power from main power.
Okay.
And maybe we won't use lights for a second, or something, super important.
Okay, yeah. I will. There's not going to be anything like that here. You'd probably if you want to install anything properly ship related, so that type of thing, you're going to want to put into port I
don't want to buy a brand new one. There's no way we can afford that.
Yeah.
I'd love to find one just there. They don't know what this is. What is that? Or maybe some components I could maybe work on at some point and get that going.
Okay. I would say not currently.
Okay.
Just purely because of the nature of the
station.
That's
the gamble, right? You're just looking. I'm gonna look around, see what can.
Having a look around, no. There is there are the acetylene. I can never remember how to say them. Acetylene torches. Acetylene torches. Thank you.
Like used ones.
I mean, they don't look brand new.
Yeah, brand new is expensive.
Brand new, yeah.
And old might break, but you can fix it. I'm definitely looking at second hand here because, like, from what I can tell, like the amount of stuff we need for this job and the amount we'll get back off it isn't the highest margin of profit. So we need to save money where we can, and this ship needs a lot of shit. From just walking around, I can tell.
Yeah.
No doubt the engineer has found some busted stuff. So I'm on a budget. Maybe a tighter budget than we actually are on.
Okay.
As emergencies happen.
Let's say given all of that stuff and the lack of a few of the more rare food and seed types, which there are, just FYI, all of this will probably come down to about $3,800 credits.
Taking me for a mug.
No.
3,000.
I can give it to you for 3,500 if you leave out the torch.
I'll do it for 3,500 if you put in the torch and some of those rubber hoses.
3,550 with torch.
Deal. Spit. Shake.
Yeah. Pleasure doing business with you. And essentially, like wraps up all the bits and pieces. The food, essentially isn't as expensive, so you probably won't haggle over that. And
I wouldn't know.
You would have gotten that stuff from.
It would be the junk items because there's no actual.
There's no set value on any of them. It's essentially like you take them over, you dump them down, hope you don't break too much, and he says how much they cost.
Yeah, very much. Got everything you need for your garden?
No. We need UV lights.
UV lights.
Moisture testing device, fungicide powder. It's extensive.
I'm gonna look around for a specific electronics, electrician type, like little store rather than the big stores.
Do you just want to ask the dude at the counter?
No, I'll go to a different one. We picked this place clean.
No, I mean in terms of like, hey, is there anywhere that might sell this?
Oh,
just because it'll probably expedite your search.
I'm looking for electronics, lighting, PCBs, cables.
I mean, if you search around a couple more stores down down the lane like this, you might find something. Can't promise anything though. But your best bet is to buy it new off the warehouse manager.
And I like grab out for my own money, like, and let's say it's pounds, like a 20 credit note or whatever.
Yeah.
Something a little smaller.
Let me just check your sheet for a second.
I definitely have $20.
Oh yeah.
So that worries me.
Yeah, okay. You could make a roll for it. It'll essentially be it'll be persuade, which you're not trained in, and you.
But not, this wouldn't be brokering, I guess.
No. This is more kind of like, could you persuade me to? Essentially, you're trying to like crowbar your way into any dodgy dealings where you might be able to get a second hand.
Well, no, I'm basically just giving him $20 for a little bit of where should I look, rather than, because I don't want to buy shit brand new.
Yeah.
Expensive. So it's more of a, here's $20, got any tips?
In that case, he'd kind of put his hand up and be like, "Oh, don't waste your money, mate. As far as I know, there's nothing that high quality around here. Unless you go brand new. And that's if they have it in stock."
What about the more rare plant life?
There's a few scientific stations you could try, or down on one of the planets maybe.
Nothing here.
No, I mean, you know, it's kept fairly simple here. I haven't heard of half of these.
I'm going to completely ignore him and turn and look and see in the crowd if I can see anybody who looks a little bit shady.
I mean,
There is an urchin in your pocket.
most of these people walking back and forth are coming off shifts and stuff like that. They work on a station for pretty low pay. They all look pretty shifty, to be honest. They look like they're all either about to go and get blind drunk and then stumble home singing a weird song about hedgehogs, or they're about to go off and, you know, pickpocket the people who are gonna go get drunk.
Tell me what you need, like bulbs, hanging, UV bulbs.
UV light, but the
Okay.
wavelength is important.
What's the wavelength?
The color of light.
Spectrum. Okay. I look at the money we've just saved, and we're gonna go to the brand new electrical type store.
Okay.
But I'm going full basic. I'm gonna buy like bulbs and brackets, and I'm gonna have to make this shit myself.
Ah,
Well, yeah, no, it's essentially this kind of commercial area is much more everyday stuff.
Right.
There are a few select stores that are kind of further up towards the more corporate area where all of the offices and administrative stuff are, that essentially deal with ship captains and ship crews who want to buy things for their ship.
I want basic building blocks because we can't afford new shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Astrid wants sensors, she's gonna have to make it out of
Silly
tape.
straws.
Yeah.
can I try something?
Yeah.
point at the list and just go, could I borrow that for 10 minutes?
Mm.
I'll take it. Has it got the... It hasn't got the stuff that Astrid needs, has it?
Yeah, everything's on the list.
Everything.
There was a moment where people could have added onto the list
Okay.
and stuff. So.
If she walks off, I'm gonna go grab some noodles and a beer at a
Mhm.
stand.
I'm going to go and see my friend who got me the job on the ship.
Mm.
And I'm just going to turn up at his office completely unannounced. Because
Okay.
he's in charge of the cargo area, right?
Yeah. In that case, we'll leave Colton to his 2 credits 99 Happy Meal and beer.
Noodles and beer is happiness. What?
It really is. And
But you'd be eating it with a grumpy face.
doesn't matter how happy it is.
How'd you eat noodles with a grumpy face?
Saddest nudes.
The saddest nudes. I'm sorry, I dived in her DMs once.
And we're both still sad about it.
So,
So,
you walk into the office. No, hey, how you doing? Just no knocking. Just walk in.
I mean, if it was possible to just walk in, yeah.
He's middle management. He has an office. Doesn't have guards. It's not locked, so you know where it was.
I'm just gonna like walk in or creep up on him or whatever.
Yeah. So he's kind of as you shum open the door and just kind of stride into the room. You can get the impression that he had some papers he was going through because when you see him, the papers are kind of like falling down around him as if he just threw them up in the air slightly. Oh,
Hello.
Nomi, I thought you went to go and join that ship.
I did.
Oh,
That's-
I'm sorry, did it not work out?
No. It worked out
Oh,
perfectly well. There are some items I need to procure to make it serviceable.
okay.
And I'll hand over the list with all the stuff that we've already got. I'm assuming is crossed out, so
Yeah.
everything that's missing. We need all of these.
Right. And how much money do you have?
And a slight, like a twitch of a smile that's just like, tell me how much it costs and then halve it.
I mean, in the first place, I'm not really supposed to sell single. It's much more wholesale, and you know, so.
Well, unfortunately, you set me up on a ship as a botanist that doesn't have a functioning anything. I'm not entirely sure that pays back the favor.
Okay, if I can manage to get you these more technical items, I don't know where I would get half of these. I don't even know what half of these plants are, and the seeds. But the UV and I can put some on hold. Essentially, they'll be there, or be here maybe in a week.
That's too long. I'm afraid we need it in the next 2 days.
Next 2 days.
Perhaps you have some on hold for somebody else that you can delay transit.
Well, I don't owe anyone else any favors. It would essentially if you do want them, it'll essentially be me putting them on order, and then they'd be misplaced. So it'd essentially be like a...
Is there any way to speed that up?
No, transit. I'd have to order them through the company. And so they'd be transited over here, and you know what they're... You know what they can be like with deliveries. You know, it says it's got to take a day, but it actually takes 2 weeks. It's just how it is.
I'm not sure we have that kind of time.
Well, I mean, if you're coming back...
Not for a while, and the items we need to procure are for the flight, so I'm not sure. Am I going to have to explain to other people how plants work? Because you seem very confused
No,
about
no.
what a farm is.
I know what a farm is and how a farm works. Yeah, no, it's...
I feel a little like I'm being set up here.
Well, I can't magically make items appear on station. So the best I can do for you is put these things on order. I might even be able to find the seeds, and I mean, it's not really what we specialize in. But if it's really a problem, there's a couple of larger stores that you can go buy these things in. They'll be a bit more expensive than ordering with me, but expediency is expensive.
Honestly expensive or dishonestly expensive?
Honestly expensive.
Quality.
Only the best.
Satisfactory.
So you don't want them?
I'll just leave the room.
Oh, don't forget, do you want your list?
Yes. I take it and I look at his desk and there's like a pot on it that's got his pens and things. Do you need this?
Do you want it?
Yes.
With or without my pens?
The pens will not be necessary.
Like, reaches forward, just grabs a big handful of pens, takes them out the cup. Knock yourself out?
Take it. Thank you.
It's always an experience to see you, Nomi.
I'll spit in my hand and hold it out to him. Because I'm learning about trading.
There was no trading that happened here.
He's given me a thing.
Um,
That's how I think this works.
There's kind of like a hesitant reach out, and then like his eyes close slightly in resignation, and just okay.
And I'll spin on my heel and leave.
And he's there, still pens in hand, just kind of like, need a moment to recover from the experience. You want to head back and yeah, when you find Colton, he's Colton eats quickly, doesn't he? So he's probably
Quickly, but he drinks slowly.
yeah,
He's nursing that beer.
nursing the beer. Okay.
Get what you need.
No. But I found out that there is only one place we can find it, so at least we don't have to look through every store in the place.
Where?
The expensive places. I can take from your manner that we are on something of a budget.
You've seen the ship. We can look. But it's probably a no. Is there any way? Can we do it any other way? What do you need?
Well, we need to stay on the station for several more days. And I don't think that's an option.
I might know a guy.
See her eyebrow just like twitch.
I really didn't want to use the guy, but I might know a guy.
Okay.
Will your guy
you know
give
the
you his
person I
pen
mean, right,
pot, though?
Sheepy?
I believe I do.
I don't actually know if he's on this station.
He is.
Okay.
If you give me a moment, I'll even have his name for you. It is. This is where it becomes a problem for me because I always end up with too much. Too many notes in different places.
Hold up.
It's here. Yes. So, Delian Castigan.
Delian. Okay. First of all, I assume our comms will reach the ship while we're here. It's not like we're thousands of miles.
Yeah.
Salt to Colton to deep waters.
Wait, sorry, who are you contacting?
Well, I assume it's whoever's at the bridge when you do a ship come.
Yeah.
Colton? Is that you?
Yeah, Colton. Corinne.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
We have any idea on how long the delivery's gonna take? How long we need to be at dock?
Well, it's gonna take us about 3 weeks to get there, and if we have to come back, 3 weeks to come back. I don't know how long or how soon we have to leave. I'm assuming Captain knows that. I think he wants to leave as soon as possible, because our funds are not so high. Speaking of which, you won't be able to do it now, but at some point we'll need to replace our sensor array. Yeah.
Sensor array.
Yeah, they're like damaged. They're functional-ish. They'll get us there and back, I think, but we'll need to keep an eye out for a replacement. Astrid was gonna ask for your help with maybe tweaking our current setup to work a little better, last a little longer.
Sensor array, right. Can you... Is there any way for you to put me through to engineering without me having to speak to Astrid?
I think she's the only one there.
Yeah. Can you put me through to her?
Sure. Engineering? Astrid?
Gorgeous, how's it hanging?
Oh, dear.
Hey. So Colton wanted to ask you something.
Right?
Engineering. How long, general fixes? How long is it gonna take you before we're up and going?
Everything is good to go apart from this sense that's just a little bit shoddy. I didn't want to touch it because that's more your thing. But from what I can tell, it's a bit eroded on the top. That's as far as I went with it, but general shit repairs, all good. Just bits and pieces here. I've sorted it.
Can you find a problem that'll take about 3 days?
sure I can make a problem that'll last 3 days.
Yeah, I thought you could.
I will.
Bye.
I think he wants you to make a problem that'll last 3 days.
Oh my gosh, she was listening!
Yeah.
Sneaky bitch.
Well, I mean, when
I have
you
nothing better to do.
when you call in,
She just got the two radios and put them together. I have to put the ones over there, out there.
so when you call in from outside the ship, like further than a couple of meters or so, it routes through the cockpit, essentially the bridge. Also, Kareen, you know this, probably won't be an issue, but incoming and outgoing calls are logged in the ship's records.
Like the contents of the message?
Yeah, there's essentially a backup recording kept for the purposes of police and law enforcement.
Astrid, so just a note, it might be a good idea to mess with the recording of this message that now exists if you're gonna mess with something that requires 3 days to fix. Just a note.
I don't know what you're talking about, Captain. I'm gonna go fix that leak that's happening in Colton's bunk.
Perfect.
No, the one that's
Can't
gonna
have
take me
bunks
3
leaking.
days to fix.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Cool.
Talk to you later. Thanks.
Pilot, Captain. Yeah.
Close enough.
Ah, she's adorable.
Just for your, just so you know for the future, Kareen, you think possibly you, maybe Astrid, you're not sure on her knowledge of like electronics and the data banks and everything. Possibly Colton, but most likely not the captain or Romy would know how to access those data banks and then recall the so it's worth mentioning that it will be logged because it is going to be logged, but unless law enforcement comes around and demands to have access to your logs and then like combs through it with a fine-tooth comb, those won't be found most likely. And if they are, most likely law enforcement won't care about that.
That's true. Okay,
You've been
never
deceiving
mind.
your captain. Jail. End of show.
Yeah, I mean there is stuff that needs fixing, right?
He's just
So,
the captain. We run the ship.
yeah.
Wow.
Right,
Didn't
I'm gonna go
Didn't
cause
even need
chaos.
to leave for a bounty situation to happen.
Yeah, so after I hang up, I wouldn't say anything. I just walk to maybe his office. Does he have an office here?
Yeah, no, he's he essentially runs let me double check this. Yeah, he essentially is a manager for one of the warehouses on the station. You're not like they're all kind of the same. You know which one because it's where you met him when he got you this this hookup. But
yeah, I'm gonna go there, and I'm just gonna assume Nomi is gonna follow. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna assume it.
I'm watching you even more closely now because there's stuff not lining up in my head and I'm trying to figure you out.
yeah.
Me too.
So you just want to kind of like head on like last time, like head on up there and say, hey, old friend of Delian's here.
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of left standing outside the warehouse for a little bit. It's quite bustly and busy in there, like people moving crates and stuff across. Eventually, Delian comes to the door, sees you. Big smile kind of breaks out. He's quite a big, like, bear of a man. Fairly practical, very simply dressed, and he says, Cole. And like swings out his arm to give you a handshake.
So my demeanor changes a bit from what I've usually been, and smile is the wrong word, but I don't look grumpy, and I'm gonna full on bang meet that hand. And you know where you don't hug but you pull in a bit, just some vague friendship affection type thing. There's a bit of that, but it's still like, oh, not gay. that thing.
Yeah. Rippling oil muscles and everything.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Not gay, but whoa, that's kind of homoerotic.
And he says, how's it been? Did everything go right getting that position?
Yeah, real good.
Good.
Pretty much exactly how you said.
Yeah.
Small issue though. We really need a thing, and I can't get the thing,
Okay.
and I kind of need help, and I can give you 3 days.
How dangerous an item are we talking?
Not dangerous.
Okay.
Just
How illegal?
pricey. Not. I look at Nomi. Grow lights, are they kosher?
Yes, providing you wear sunblock.
I get confused because I don't understand. But no, not even. Just tricky, expensive, low budget.
So, looking for a
And 3
discount.
days. Yeah,
Won't be great quality.
meh.
I
Doesn't
mean,
even have to work. I can make it work.
alright, what are you looking for? And we'll go from there.
Okay, the exact specifics are, and I just turn to Nomi as if she's gonna
And
reel out
I'll
exactly
step
what she
forward as if like summoned.
Oh, hello.
Hello. And I'll show him the part of the list that's just the tech stuff and explain about which particular types of bulbs we're looking for, preferably.
Okay. Yeah, this is easy enough to grab. Did your friend also serve coal? No, okay.
Botanist, scientist.
Honest, sure. Okay, well, how about you two go for a walk for about an hour? Come back and I'll see what I can find. Depending on what I can find, it's gonna run you to about 5. And that's gonna be flat, no profit for me, just doing you a favor, yeah?
How did we save around that amount from going to the?
I mean, you probably saved about $1,000.
Okay, so that'll cover it.
Well, it's gonna cost you $5,000.
Oh, $5,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see if he's lying.
Okay.
I'm not gonna question whether he's lying or not.
Just
Yeah.
for my own amusement as much as anything.
I mean, he's probably lying about profit because you always
Yeah.
make a bit of profit. But in general, there's profit and there's I just need to make a little bit of money on this deal.
11. Try switching that Boon Bane again, and back to normal.
Okay.
It's still rolling. I mean, it again doesn't matter because I think you rolled 2 5s and a 6 this time. But yeah. So, I think it actually put you on a Bane. Anyway.
Yeah.
So all you can kind of like get from his demeanor and his body language and his words is fairly straight shooting honesty. You know what? You rolled pretty well as well, actually. You get a kind of like the way that Colton and him are interacting is very, very much like buddy. But you do pick up like a vague deference from him to Colton. There's no kind of like nuance to it, but it's just like there in his actions and how he interacts.
I don't think it would change how I behave, but I'll mental note.
Yeah. So, does that sound acceptable?
5. Okay.
5,000.
Oh. Yeah. I sort it.
Okay.
Say hey to Amy. I'll see you later.
Alright. Come back in an hour. I'll see what I've got.
Thank you.
Alright, see you in a bit. And he kind of does a wave and heads back into the warehouse.
Only we got a problem. He wants 5, we've got 1. You need 4.
You guys do have access. You did get access to the ship funds,
I know, but
and I don't
Colton
know.
set his budget very.
Yeah, I did think he probably would have.
I think we need to speak to the captain.
Alternatively, these are items we cannot do without. I'm willing to spend some of my own capital on them to get the farm up and running to as high a quality as possible, as quickly as possible. And then I simply take them out of the profits before everybody's cut.
No one's gonna be happy about that. What if you owned them and
Owned
we
them?
rented them?
And what am I to do when
I
this
don't
is
even know what
over?
they do.
We can work out the specifics later.
We're on a tight budget. And we need a
Satisfactory.
sensory. We're not getting a sensory.
Can you fix a sensor array?
Yeah. Technically, I could.
Technically.
It's just cables. I can fix her.
Then there's no problem.
There is a vague problem.
Are you talking about Astrid again? Because you don't have to keep calling.
She's fine, just annoying.
She's young.
Yeah.
She's enthusiastic. Not tired.
She will be.
Hopefully not too soon.
Yeah. Would you like to walk for an hour?
Yes.
And in silence, they go for a walk, I guess. The interaction is over. We're done here. Information has been exchanged.
So, I'm trying to figure out how much Colton would have picked up from this, because this wouldn't occur to Nobi at all, even though she did well on kind of like reading his body language. Like, how good is Colton with that type of thing, just in general? Like, seeing this as his friend.
Oh, like in general, like body language and posture, yeah. Like subtleties in language, probably not so much, unless they were like super close, which I guess they are kind of close.
Yeah.
But it depends how much that comes out.
he's not particularly subtle. I'd say you got the vaguest of feelings that like obviously he needs some time to go like rummage through his stocks and see what he can spare and do without, and essentially this was very much a favor for an old friend, like I don't need to take any profits off this. I owe you, you owe me, I owe you, one of those type of.
It's just one of those when you're friends, you're like, I need this thing. It's okay, because next week I'll need this thing.
But also you get the vaguest of impressions that he may have been trying to help you out by saying, go for a wander around, maybe take a walk by the lake and sniff some flowers with your girlfriend type thing.
I'll go and sniff. There's no flowers here.
There's not even a lake.
Fucking dead.
Yeah. The only lake is the fuel reservoir.
So
romantic.
You know those pots, those stone concrete pots that are like speckled with like little stones you have in city centers that once had flowers and now they've just got like yellowy grass growing out of them.
Yeah.
It's that. That's.
I mean,
that's
even
fun.
that is.
It's mostly soil.
Nomi's just wishing there was some way to just take that piece of shit.
Too big.
So as you head off, actually, I think we could, unless you have a particular, who am I talking to? I'm like, if you have a particular thing you want to chat about while you do your hour, I'm like, you're not gonna talk. You're gonna wander in a circle for like an hour,
Yeah,
and then head
the
back.
intention is to exist in absolute silence unless we don't need to.
She's the perfect woman.
Episode 2 and we're shipping already. What the fuck?
But no, essentially, I feel like we can, unless you have a particular thing you want to talk with, oh god, names. Unless you have something particular you want to talk to Delian about, we could probably quick shift that and have you.
I'm fine with that. Unless Nomi has something very important to say to Colton.
Yeah. There we go.
Nope.
So we'll have you essentially like bagged up, like bags in your hands and bags under your armpits, kind of, pack muling it back to the ship with all your gains. And
Nomi's pretty slight. She's got a very slender kind of almost dancer's frame, but she fucking tries to do as much as she can. She'll pack horse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like an old pack mule. There's still muscle there, but it's a little bit. That's what Colton's
wheezing.
Like. The ones.
No, not quite wheezing. Still in shape, but when you get older, you're in shape, but you're not like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
feel it in your hips.
They stop using you to transport goods, and then you're on the beach giving kiddies piggyback rides. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but kids are heavy. They eat a lot of fucking ice cream.
They really do, and chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Sidebar: there's no chocolate on the station.
Boo!
You could find
No
anyway.
chocolate on this system.
That's going on my list of things I want to find.
I saw
Actually put it on
I
list.
saw it on the list, and I was like, I must mention that there's no chocolate.
Aww.
Oh, do you know what actually?
What
I'll
about
message
coffee?
this to you, Sheepy.
There's coffee.
Yeah.
Everyone here
coffee.
works for a living. Of course, there's coffee.
It's coffee.
Okay. Thank God.
Ooh, the only thing I would like to do at some point, if we walk past, like, are there like public refuse bins?
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming I've been here for a while now. Would I know, like, if I took the contents of this, is anybody gonna like fucking arrest me or something?
Probably not. I mean, you haven't seen any indications of people really caring too much about that type of thing. Are you talking about the actual bin itself, or like the?
No, just the bag and the stuff in it.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Yeah. Okay, I'll grab a couple of bags from different bins, just stuff with like old food in it, and wrappers and plastic pots and like the shit people throw away.
Yeah.
I'm Womble in it. This is my character now.
Okay.
Poison Ivy Space Womble.
Perfect.
Where's the fan art of that?
It's amazing. Oh God, yes, please fan art. Somebody. Okay. Do it.
Is it just a Womble with one of those glass space helmets and then just covered in vines like
Yeah.
growing out of them? Yeah. So both Nomi and Colton, essentially, you're on your way back, so you have kind of an open pass to join in the scene at this point.
When we get to the door, she'll slow down a bit because she wants to see if he does that weird thing again.
Okay.
Yep. Slowing down, making sure that I'm not first towards the door.
She'll again quirk an eyebrow and go through the door.
Okay. In that case, Kareem. The captain wanders in. He's got this kind of like it's almost like a chunky cassette type thing. You know what it is. It's essentially like navigational data. You just kind of plug it in and then it transfers the details needed over. He kind of like hands over to you and says, got the data, job's on,
Great.
so we're good to go.
Cool.
And there you go.
Is there like a time when we need to be there or anything?
No. I mean, it's essentially if we go over 2 months for delivery dates, then there'll be a penalty. But they're not desperate for supplies. As far as I know, they haven't put in a new request for supplies. This is just the scheduled supply run, and they didn't have the ships. They asked around to see if anyone could do it. I volunteered because it's good money. It's quite simple for our first job.
Sounds great. All right, I'll get this plugged in and we'll just, be waiting on Colton to fix up those sensors. And I think there was some kind of leak happening somewhere. Astrid's on it.
Interesting. I mean, leaks can be. There can be a lot of. Are we talking water? Are we talking gas? Are we talking fuel?
Oh God, this AI creature. I'm not really sure. But I'm sure Astrid has it handled. I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Astrid.
Yellow.
Yeah. Hello. Kareem said something about a leak.
Yeah. Sorting it.
Oh, okay. Well, was it just a little bit of water, like a loose pipe?
You could say that.
Are you saying that?
No, someone else is saying that.
Okay, so there wasn't a leak at all then.
Well, who said that?
I'm gonna call you back.
Sorry, this line's a little bit dodgy. I can't really.
Kareen, if you need me, I'm gonna be in the other room.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm just gonna input these navigation coordinates.
Sounds great.
Cool. Enjoy your nap.
Just walks out.
Yeah, Kareen's gonna be like, oh my God. She's gonna take the cassette and like walk over to the navigation system and input it and just handle all of that stuff. She's like tapping. She's kind of taking her time.
Yeah.
Does she know that Colton and Nomi are back?
I'm not sure that. Are you guys back yet?
I'm just letting her go through the door now.
Okay. So yeah, you would have got a notification of essentially bay doors opening.
Okay. So yeah, I'd probably wait for them. Wait. What floor am I on? I'm on the bridge. The bridge is on the same floor as. They'll come eventually. Yeah. So yeah, she just inputs the navigation data and then goes back to the pilot seat and then kind of just like waits.
Okay.
Until she
I
doesn't
think
wanna-
I'll go into the bridge with a big old box of packs of coffee.
Oh, perfect.
All right. You kind of walk through the living room area that's before the common room. The captain is on the sofa with the pillow over his head.
Okay, that's his natural state. It seems to be. Green.
Hey, welcome back.
Coffee, and it's this big industrial box of just like non-branded lava fucking 6th strength coffee. It's just coffee.
You are my hero. Thank you so much. Oh my
It's
god.
just coffee.
It's the most essential thing ever. Thank you. Would you like some? I love this stuff so much that I'm gonna go make some, and I'll make some for you.
Oh, okay.
Great. I take the box from him and like jet over to the coffee machine.
I'm standing there going, I know how to make coffee. What?
She's extremely lazy, except when it comes to coffee.
There'll be a little gap while that's going on, and then Nomi will come in. She's just ditched all her stuff in that cargo area and scrawled a little note on the bin bag saying "Do not throw away."
Okay.
And comes into the kitchen and very thoroughly washes her hands again.
Romy's up in there. Just FYI.
Romy's up in.
In the kitchen.
Okay.
Because the kitchen's like up.
Oh, sorry. Is that not where they were?
They're in the living room and then through into the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Living room has the coffee maker
Okay.
for some reason.
Then I would be going through to the living room because
Okay.
I want to give some instructions.
The captain's there asleep on the couch. As you go through, he's got a pillow on his head. Just so you know.
I ignore him like he doesn't exist because he's not currently a functioning part of this.
That's fair.
Nod my head towards the coffee machine. Save the grounds.
Sure.
And hold out a little plastic pot and put it next to it.
I can do that. Are you gonna make more coffee out of them?
No,
What are they for then?
fertilizer.
Oh,
Can't.
brilliant.
Well, you could make more coffee, but it
No,
wouldn't be very good.
Don't eat the coffee grinds or the coffee. Weird AI creature. This thing.
And you see Nomi's eyes light up like a kid for a second. And like a proper smile on her face.
This thing keeps coming up to me and shoving its head in my hand, and I pet it. I don't know. It's very strange. Kind
That's
of
what
neat,
it's
though.
programmed to do.
I guess so.
Hello.
I've never seen a ship's AI do that. But I
AI?
can't. Yeah, well, it's supposed to be kind of an avatar for the ship's AI. That's what the captain said. It doesn't actually talk except for saying that weird meow noise. Or that.
Alarming.
A little bit. Is it trying to eat me? I'm
And does
not
it
really
reach
sure.
to access the other functionality?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything, so I guess we just
No,
let it
but
be.
it's meant to be useful, not decorative.
Is it broken?
I don't.
Are you broken, AI?
Are you?
Like right in its face.
So the
Like yawns at you.
the core functionality of the AI is turned off until you like power up the ship properly and start switching everything on. Essentially, because it's not really needed when you're docked, it just gets banked and turned off. The mobile part of the AI is still functional and just kind of like maintains sweeps and then uploads to the core AI so it knows what's going on when when it's turned back on and the ship starts going again.
I assume there's some sort of readout in the bridge of where the power's being routed.
It's actually in the generator room.
There's no readout at all on there.
The bridge has basic alert function, so if power is not in an area, then it'll let you know.
Okay. Does it say anything relating to AI on the panel? No. Okay.
Oh, no. I mean, it has like there's like an AI console where you can like boot it up and.
Can I route power to it?
Yeah.
From here?
You'd have to generator.
Okay, I say nothing and I leave.
Okay.
I'm going to the generator and I'm gonna run the power through because I assume Astrid has finished testing all the crap and stuff for what she needed the power for.
I think when he walks out, I would get on the comms and just be like,
Oh, Colton, could you actually take a look at that sensor array when you get a chance? I think that might be slightly more urgent. Just when you can.
You got 3 days.
Right. Cool.
No.
Thanks.
Sheepy, I'd like to send power to the AI part of the ship and turn the power down because she doesn't need that much power anymore.
Yeah. Also, just FYI, you wouldn't know that Astrid completely failed to buy you 3 days.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm going off what I know.
Not yet.
Also,
Ooh.
sorry, this is probably my bad. I probably didn't make it quite clear. He went and got you the items you needed, aside from the seeds and plants and stuff.
Oh,
like,
we didn't have to wait for them?
No, it took him like an hour.
Nice.
Oh, I thought it took him an hour to sort it out.
No, it took him an hour to
Okay.
find the pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I
Sounds
realized.
like we got 3 days shore leave, kids.
Oh, we don't need
Potentially.
it now, but we have it just in case.
Well, you also don't.
Well, we don't. But, yeah.
As
I can
far as
always
you're
tell
concerned,
Astrid
you
that.
do, yeah.
Do you know
Thank
what?
God
After
we're
I've done that,
inefficient.
Yeah.
I don't need to tell them that I've sent power there. They can read things.
Yeah.
I mean, if they do, that's on them. I'm gonna
Oh,
go. Oh, go on. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Astrid.
Astrid's not an engineer. Wait, are you piecing directly to me or to like
Yeah.
the engine room?
Yeah. I'm discording you. Ship Discord.
Right.
Yeah.
Location.
One sec. You said you wanted that. I'm just fixing that thing you needed.
Don't quite. Where are you?
But you don't need it anymore.
Yeah. Isn't
Astrid, did you break something in his room?
Might have been taking the biggest wrench I could find to light the water pipe under his sink.
Where are you?
I'm outside the ship. I'll be back
Okay, I'll
in a
be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'll come. I'll find you. Okay.
I'm at this point sitting on the bridge, and do I hear these comms?
These will be private ones.
Yeah,
No,
they,
these
they,
are private 'cause
they'd
they're
be straight
on.
through. It's only when it comes through from outside the ship that it would.
So
I'm-
yeah, I'm
I'm-
just sitting.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I'm just sitting on the bridge drinking my coffee, and the AI cat jumped on top of me, and I'm just petting it.
And
I'm
I'm just
watching it, and I pick it up like under the armpits, like that awkward cat thing, and I'm just like speaking commands at it, like trying to figure out how to turn it on. AI, run list of primary functionality commands.
Colton, did you turn the AI on?
Yes.
Like I've been doing this over and over since you left the room,
Oh yeah, because I didn't
trying
tell
to figure
them
out
I was
what
doing.
works
They don't
for
have
it,
no
like
idea.
what system it's using.
whilst this happens, you're just gonna see Astra probably run out of what is Colton's room towards where the entrance of the ship is, because she's trying to get out.
Running to the stairs.
Yeah.
Me.
Oh, actually, Colton's bunk is in the common room. Is in the common room section. It's right by the airlock. So you essentially run out. You see the captain like reclined on the sofa, and you probably would see through the door Kareen and Nomi, and then you're essentially running out after Colton.
Yes, I gotta try and sneak outside behind him without him seeing. Can I do like deception? Not deception. What? Sneaky.
Stealth, I believe.
Yeah.
Sneaky roll.
Do you have stealth?
I don't know.
Let's have a look.
A day. I do indeed.
You do. Give it a roll.
Oh, is it on the thing again? I need to reroll it.
Okay.
Hey.
I think okay. So a 7 is essentially it works, but there's an aspect of failure as well. I think the works is that Colton doesn't notice you basically trailing behind him, trying to get outside the ship and on top ahead of you. The problem comes when you realize that he's jumped on the platform that goes up, and you also have to jump on the platform with him. Which means
Or
that...
do I?
Okay, interesting.
I'm just gonna wait till he's gone all the way up. I'm gonna be like, down here.
What? Oh.
I said I'd come meet you.
I'll go down
Okay.
on the platform.
Go back down.
I'm not
Hello.
gonna think anything of it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird. Yeah, we don't need to find any problems. We managed to get what we needed.
Okay, about that, you know, it's fine. No problems.
Why wouldn't it be?
Everything's a-okay.
You don't have to pretend to find a problem.
Yep, no pretend problems.
Sorry for asking you to do that. I reach into my pocket.
Yeah.
I had no chocolate. Got some synth fruit roll-ups. Thanks.
These are me.
There's no chocolate. No chocolate in the entire station.
You got these for me?
Well,
Thank you!
No.
They're
Oh, you're so sweet.
they're a little bit like fruit roll-ups, except for they're very specifically aimed for kids, in the sense that they have like they have little stickers of animals that are like consumable. You know, they're like sugar paper.
100%. You're a kid. Got your kid sweets.
Yeah.
I understand that he's done it sort of like with the intention of poking fun at me, but I'm just not even gonna be just like, oh my god, they got fucking stickers on them.
Not really to make fun of you.
Put them on my luck.
You're a kid, and you wanted sweets.
Or on chocolate.
He's a quartermaster. Yeah, but you know, sometimes you gotta make do. Like, Nomi got some pipes instead of hydroponics. Okay, thanks for covering.
At the
Yeah,
end,
stickers.
You're gonna be smiling, but like that for much longer.
I can smile for ages.
Can you not? Good. I'm gonna walk through the door.
yeah. Oh, are you going up to the sensors?
Oh, okay, I don't go through the door. Sensors.
It's
Kareem said.
we can kind of fast track it because essentially you'd need parts to replace it for this. They're a bit too technical.
Does
and a
Asher
bit
tell
too
me that, or
complicated.
do I need to look at it? To do
You would need to go see it, yeah.
Okay.
But you know, it's essentially just like walk over, see it, like open up the collar, have a look inside, be like, oh, okay, it's mostly the outside that's kind of corroded a bit, and that should be
Astrid
fine.
come with me when I go and look.
Yeah. Oh, does she?
Yeah, sure. I'm like really preoccupied by what stickers I've got, but
There's a bumblebee. Mm-hmm.
I've never seen one of them.
original. What's this?
I think it's a bumblebee.
Sensors.
Oh shit.
I'm pointing to the. I think Sheepy said it was acidic or something.
Kind of corrosion, yeah.
What is
Yeah. Looks like someone dropped some kind of acid on it.
dropped acid
I don't know.
on top of the ship?
I heard it was a real good time.
What? Doesn't make any sense.
Nothing.
Where does this come from? Wait a minute. I have no idea why she's laughing at all. She's just giggling, and I assume she's enjoying the bumblebee.
Nomi. Hello,
There we go.
Nomi.
Colton?
Yes. Good. Do you know anything about acid?
Don't understand the question.
Do you know where acid would come from if it was on the outside of a ship?
What kind of ship?
Our ship is some acid eating away the sensors.
Well, acid can come from many different places.
Anything but a ship is likely to go accidentally.
You're muted. Or, like, not coming through.
Huh. Weird. Okay. Yeah, my Go XLR needs a weapon. Out of character, would I know anything to do with that other than it landed in a patch of whatever fruit?
Yeah, no, it could be landing on some planet or other, like, corrosive some kind of corrosive foliage, or a couple of planets even have occasional like acid rain and etc. But usually ships and everything would be protected from that. Nothing specific.
There are many different ways acid could have ended up there, but once it's on, I think unless you neutralize it, it just stays there.
How do I do that?
You'd have to ask a chemist. I
That's
only
not what you do.
soil.
Okay.
The ship isn't made of soil.
I don't know. Oh, no.
Well, you two get on well, don't you?
When?
Hmm?
You do what? What do we do? You said we do something.
You get on well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sheepy, this metal that's being corroded, is this on like hull? The hull?
It's like a little bit of the hull is kind of like distorted and a little bit kind of vaguely bumpy, that kind of corrosive, but it's mostly on the like glass bit of the sensor.
Oh, on the glass of the sensor. Wow. Glass is pretty unreactive. That could be a problem. I'd like to test it with like a monkey wrench. I'm just gonna try and maybe get a bit of what's on the glass on the wrench and see if it's metal.
Yeah, there's no residue left.
Oh, okay.
This looks to be fairly old.
And does it look like it's stopped?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold this. And I'll like just keep like piling bits on Astrid as I get like deeper into the sensors and maybe scrape off some bits, clean some bits up, sort out the wiring that might be a bit loose. And I'm just piling stuff on her and then grabbing stuff. I'm using her like a table, I just realized.
Yeah.
But she's an engineer. She's very helpful.
It's a great tool rack.
She knows more about me about ships, by the way. It's just I'm doing a job and she's helpful as a table right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can you can kind of tighten up some of the wires and like hold it a bit.
Oh,
better.
the new gaffer tape I bought. I'm fucking wrapping out around the wires.
Okay.
Kind of prove it's mostly gaffer tape. We don't need WD-40 here. We need gaffer tape.
Yeah.
So there's nothing like that. Oh, last thing. I picked up a acetylene torch. It's in storage.
Sweet.
Don't burn anything of mine.
Don't burn anything.
It's an acetylene torch. It's designed to.
I know what it does.
She seemed a little confused. Anything else?
Nope.
Good.
I'm just gonna drop everything I'm holding and head back to the platform.
Oh, I would have grabbed it all back and put it back in.
Yeah.
This would have been after I finished fixing it.
Kareen, while you're in oh, and actually Nomi's in the bridge too. So essentially Romy kind of door slides open, Romy comes in, wanders over to the console for the like co-pilot seat essentially, sits down, flips the switch, and you all hear
This is going out to all the crew of the
deep waters. Get everything ready and stowed. We're taking off in 2 hours. Okay.
Yeah, this seems perfectly acceptable. I'm fine.
I instantly put down the awkward shoulder cat.
Yeah.
Stop barking random commands at it.
Oh, I will pop my head in to them as well while she's doing this. Sorry.
And I'm gonna head down to wherever the storage area was that I dumped all the bags and slowly start like hauling them into the farm.
It'd probably be the locker room.
I'd probably sit in the pilot seat and start like a pre-flight checklist.
Great. Sensors fixed.
Is everything looking good for takeoff, Corinne?
I think so. We need power. Need more power.
Yeah. No, that we'll get things warmed up like good 20-15 minutes before we have to head.
Okay. And the sensor is all right. I mean, it's still not like it's not 100% from the readout, but I think it'll get us there.
As long as we make enough money for a bit of a profit and some repairs and upgrades, that's perfectly good.
All right. And yeah, we're all good.
And you're all settled and happy?
Yeah.
Okay. If you have any problems, you can always reach me.
Thanks. There's coffee, so it should be good.
Perfect.
She's just gonna like keep doing her thing.
Romy like walks back out, and as he heads through the as he heads through the common room, you'd be able to see it from the bridge if anyone's in there. But he essentially like starts walking towards the cargo room, stops, pauses for a second, goes over to the couch, drapes a blanket over the captain, and then heads off into the cargo room. What was that noise, Peachy?
It was adorable. Okay, fuck you.
Uh,
That was Colton. He was just watching, going, drinking his
Aw.
coffee, going, adorable. He wasn't.
At this point, the captain is more of a pet than the cat.
I love the captain. Like, if I was a captain, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to Kareen and just be like, you said we're taking off in 2 hours?
Yeah. Everything's working now, right?
You know how I was told to have us not ready for 3 days?
Oh. What? Whatever it is, can you fix it?
I mean, probably, but there's a lot of water coming out of Colton's quarters.
Uh-oh.
Do we have a mop?
You can shut off water.
Okay.
You could have just lied, Astrid. You could have just said, this'll take 3 days. He doesn't know. He doesn't. He probably can't even spell captain. Okay.
Corinne, do you want to shut down water to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Colton's room.
Yeah. I would just like,
Pull it
hit
up.
some buttons.
Go through into water, essentially water flow. And you have like it's almost like a Pipe Dreams game where it's got the thing going, and you just. I know it's quite
Okay,
deep cuts, isn't it? All the old people laughed.
I'm frantically trying to like do things. I shut it off.
Yeah.
And then
so
I'm like,
inefficient.
Go fix it. I'm gonna try and distract him. Okay.
Okay,
And then
do that.
and then I would
call Colton and be like, Colton, your coffee's ready.
No, don't bring me. Don't bring me.
Thanks.
The break room. Not
Walk in.
on the bridge, in the break room. I'll meet you there.
His room is next to the break room. Tell him it's a sensor. The sensor.
Thanks for the
Actually-
coffee.
Okay.
Corinne, if you want an idea for something to distract him, you could ask him to run through the power distributions for takeoff and
Oh.
that type of thing.
Would you you mind going through the power distribution with me for the pre-flight checklist? That would be great.
Yeah. Do that now.
Awesome. Thank you.
Just. No, okay. I'll do that now. And I take a step towards my room, and I'm like, no, I got shit to do, and then I'll go to the.
Yeah.
I take like a giant sigh of relief and I'm like, go fix it right now. It's okay. But thank you. You got this.
So Kareen and Colton, and Nomi, although Nomi, you're setting up the garden, the other two are essentially going through pre-flight power arrangements. Like when you thrust off for a takeoff, it consumes a lot more power, but it's only for a moment, and then it's kind of regulates. So essentially, if you coordinate very well, you can hit that big boost, which drains a lot of fuel in a short amount of time, and then just kind of regulate it so it doesn't like do massive wastage. For this instance, I'm actually going to get a piloting and electronics. Seeing as this is testing, you can both take a 1 bonus to the roll. So piloting for Kareen and electronics for Colton.
With a +1?
Yeah. Fucking hell. This is a part of the reason why I don't ask them to roll.
How do I...
Which bit are you wondering on?
How do I actually roll? So if I just click on pilot, nothing seems to happen.
Go see character sheet.
So it's not the red bit, it's the bit below that.
Right.
Buttons are on the left in the box.
That's
And then
what
it should be a pop-up. Oh, have you popped your sheet out of
Yeah.
Roll20? Yeah.
Is it work?
Roll20 doesn't like it when you pop stuff out.
Oh, I see. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so the pop-up came up, but it came up in the original window.
Yeah. Okay. There's some good rolls. So yeah, you think after like 30 minutes or so, you think you've pretty much got it down pat. Astrid, can I get an engineering from yourself?
What did you do?
Absolutely.
It's not as to whether you can do it. It's as in terms of if you can quickly fix it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly reset, make sure it's back on normal.
Yeah.
Engine, yeah.
Alright. Considering it's not anything too technical, this is technically supposed to be a positive with a negative, but considering that fixing stuff and, etc. is your job, I'm gonna say you do it in a good, 20 minutes,
Just got to fix the pipe.
you're kind of keeping an ear out for Kareen to, stop talking and working with Colton, but it doesn't happen. You essentially, the smacking of the pipe you did one way, you just do the other way as quick as possible. It doesn't look great. If Colton has a look at it, he's gonna be like, why did someone smack the shit out of this pipe both ways? There are dents and stuff like that, so, But, it's not completely inoperable now.
Yeah. I mean, there's still water on the floor and everything, but...
It's kind of like when you walk across the floor, it's like squish, squish. Yeah.
That's fine, he doesn't need to spend that out to layer.
Yeah. Until he walks into his room, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to engineering now and do pre-flight engine checks.
Alright. Does anyone else have anything to do before the takeoff? I think we're pretty much set.
I don't know it, but I do need to do some mopping.
Hmm.
But I don't know that yet.
Not yet.
No.
Yeah, I would like to salvage that water and use it in the garden.
I
You
think I
don't know
would
about my
message
water.
Nomi.
No, I
Not
don't.
for you.
I wish.
I think I would message Nomi and Romy at the same time, actually, and be like,
I just want to double check. We don't need to secure the AI cat thing. It'll secure itself, right? For takeoff.
Who are you talking to?
Romy and Nomi.
I don't know. I've never met an AI that has quite that. Maybe secure it just in case? Oh, okay.
There should be a in your console, essentially a shutdown rover.
Oh, okay. Can I see where it currently is there?
So you're currently on the intercom interface. Kind of swipe that away and go searching for a bit. It takes you a couple of minutes just to figure out where it's kind of buried in, but yeah, it's in essentially the AI section of the console. Just there's a little bit that says rover, and then yeah, it just essentially has like, it's not stow, it's essentially like port. It just kind of slots itself into the wall essentially. Looks really freaky and weird because it's a like cat-looking thing that folds itself up into a little kind of square and then slots itself into the wall.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
perfect.
I think it did the thing. Okay, it looks stowed. Definitely looks stowed. Cool, thanks.
Okay. So, in that case, we will take off, head into space. Because you've kind of like gone through the power and all that type of thing. What I'll say is the clamps docking the ship are undone by the basically person assist call it like a dockmaster or assistant who works on this section, releases them off. The big doors are opened and head out in space. I'm assuming, by the way, this is just me assuming, by the way, Astrid, you just got to shove that that iridium rod back into the engine.
I already did that
Right.
at the start.
You did. I forgot because I was distracted by all of Nomi and Colton's
I
flirting.
Hey, we were
We
shopping.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Shopping, is that what they call it these days?
Look, I'm not the one that wet the bed, okay?
You are, however, the one who rummaged through the trash like a raccoon.
Yep. No shame.
That's just sensible.
It's just sensible.
Space Womble.
Question, Sheepy. When the ship takes off, how
Yeah.
does it sound?
Sounds good.
Yeah, efficient. It's not like creaking and groaning.
No. There's no kind of like, there's no stress on the structure while going, and what we're going to do is essentially through the. Let's have a look here. Oh, well, that's the wrong one. Through the first week and 3 days. Let me just double check that it's 3 days. Yes. Through the first week and 3 days. No, sorry, that's wrong. I'm looking at the wrong thing. After a couple of days of travel, essentially you start hard burning. You've got probably you've got 2 more days on the current iridium fuel rod, and then you have to slow down to, well, you essentially have to slow down before it runs out, switch them out, and then you can go straight back into a hard burn. You start to notice, Colton, that there's some strange power draws on the upper floor. Essentially, it tries to like every now and then you catch it trying to boost power for a couple of seconds, because there's more demand than is going to the upper floor.
Right. From my readout, can I discern anything from engineering? Anything at all? Not from engineering, from power. Sorry.
From the console. So, given what you know, essentially the answer to that would be that either there's a significant amount of power drawing something. Most likely, that would be, like the equivalent of a new engine turning on from how much it's
quite a lot, is it?
It's quite a lot. It's not like a massive amount, but it's enough to be very noticeable. Or there's not enough power going through, like the power's escaping somewhere, or like,
But the generator itself is making enough.
Yep.
Right. So the discrepancy is something once more. I think I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Okay. So as you as you're kind of like going up the stairs, the power cuts in the top floor.
Oh.
And basically winks out. So the Nomi, you probably started setting up the UV and everything, so the UV lights go out.
Yeah, I haven't done like the tech side of things. I'm leaving that to him.
Yeah.
But the second they went out, you just hit.
It's happened again.
It's worse this time. Not entirely
Sure what? Hey, Naomi. I'm Naomi. Look it up. Naomi. I'm gonna put on, those stupid little strap-on flashlights. I'm gonna turn that on.
It's basically like exactly where the top half of the the upper floor of the ship starts. Like the even the lights just above the stairs before you get to the second is on. And when you get to the top of the stairs, there's like if you want to kind of like check it out, there's an access panel thing.
Well, first.
Sorry, a cable access panel.
Bridge. Hello,
What's
Bridge.
up?
There's
Hello?
one there.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Colton? What's
Yeah.
wrong?
How's the life support top deck?
How is it?
So yeah, it's not on or functional at the moment, but the actual life support is the bottom floor, so it's still permeating throughout the ship and it's still functional. It's just not spreading to the top.
We might have a problem. Everything is connected and it's all working downstairs, but it's not really working upstairs, so it's fine for now, but we need to fix it as soon as possible.
We have a major power issue on the top deck. Okay.
I think I've learned this from Naomi. When you're done with the conversation, you don't need to say goodbye. You're done. I'd like to get out. I'm sure there are lockers spread around with emergency respirators just in case of massive failure.
Oh yeah. They're in the locker room, yeah.
So I'll grab one of those.
Yeah, same.
Is Naomi? Who else is on the top floor?
Nomi, Now and Romy's up there.
Romy.
Yeah, everything's dark. Is this, some test thing you're doing?
No, something's gone wrong. Grab yourself a respirator just in case.
Well, we should be safe for the next day or two. But,
Right.
yeah, okay.
And I hand a respirator to Nomi, and I'm gonna try and find the main junction, the panel for the main junction box for the upper floors, and see if there's an issue there or somewhere else.
Can I see anything on my readouts?
Yeah,
Great.
so the is essentially on your console, everything from the top floor all the way along to the stairs is like blackout, no power. And then there's kind of like a flick on, flick off on the edge of the stairs, like basically where the stairs start on the top floor, and then once it gets down the stairs to the lower area, it's like power everywhere, everything's green.
Bolton, I'm wondering, I don't know electrical things that well, but I'm wondering if the problem might be in the stairs area. That's where it starts. Like, I don't know if it's like an LED strip, one dies and everything afterwards also dies.
Are any of the environmental sensors registering from the top floor?
Nothing is really registering from the top floor since there's no power.
Okay, I'll check the stairs.
Cool.
As it ends, she'll just turn to Colton and go, I'm starting to feel like 5% isn't enough.
5% of nothing is still nothing.
She'll raise an eyebrow at the laugh. That's
He gives that laugh off as if, hey, there's no life support, everything's going to shit, but it's not my first rodeo. You know, that kind of, I'm very comfortable in this situation kind of deal.
Yeah.
Even though it could go to shit.
And as you turn to look at me and reply, I'm just going to angle your head torch down slightly so you're not shining it directly in my eyes.
It's very well attached to it. Okay. I'm just staring at your chest now. This is not good. I've
Yeah,
really
fixed
busy.
it.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna be really confused, and I'll probably figure out later that the torch was shining in her eyes. You didn't just want to move my head around.
You'll be like mid bite through afternoon meal, and then just be like,
The torch.
God damn it, the torch.
I'm gonna radio through to Naomi.
Naomi! Is it dark where you are as well?
Yes.
It's meant to be.
No.
Oh shit, that's not good. But
Are you alright? You're not afraid of the dark, are you?
no.
Good.
But could you come get me, please?
Yes.
We'll just end the communication.
You also don't know where
and-
she is.
That's a very good point.
Location?
I'm in my bunk.
Silence. And she'll just
Shouldn't there be power in the bunks?
Top floor.
I'll
She took
just-
she took the one right next to the kitchen.
I'll nod to Colton. Like he's heard this, I'm assuming, or is it personal?
It would have been a personal, so.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
would have only heard your side.
The noisy one needs some help with something. I shall be back imminently unless you need me for something.
No.
Very well. I'll just turn around and go rescue Astrid.
Just ripping off a panel and just getting in there.
Oh, it's so macho.
We're gonna die! No me! Not macho! We're going to die!
So, essentially, there's panels like for the power cables along the back of the wall where the stairs come up, and then a few along the wall. Given what you know, which is essentially where the power isn't going through, the one that makes sense is essentially the one either at the bottom of the stairs or at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, well, I'll check the one at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm already there, so
Yeah,
we know it's
and
at the stairs somewhere.
it's a decent choice because as you kind of open it up, you're greeted by like very slight sparks and essentially a set of cables that are partially like cut through.
Cut?
Yeah, they're not like severed. They're like it's
like sheared stress or something.
Yeah. They're a bit frayed, they're a bit stretched, and they've got like a small chunk of the metal casing kind of like taken out.
Okay. And what I'm gonna do is go down to power, cut power to top floor.
I'm just gonna very quickly check one of your skills. I just need to see if you have it and how much of it you have if you do have it. You do not have it. Sorry, carry on.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go down to power. I'm gonna cut off power to top floor on my end.
Yeah.
No, I will grab a larger toolbox because obviously this is a larger problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll go back up there and I will attempt to start splicing these wires together, removing any damaged or burnt or stressed parts, replacing them.
So, what I can tell you, just from an initial look at this, is essentially, this can be repaired, where essentially you go in and you replace wires, you reseal, you kind of do a proper bang-up job on it. But you'll have to depower the top section of the ship for about a day.
Right.
To properly get this fixed.
Okay. Question.
Or this may answer your question.
Right.
Or you can bodge job it, essentially gaffer tape stuff together to keep it running and stop the weird power drain. Essentially, there were times when the power was trying to get through wires that are more frayed and not as connected. And that was making it draw more power because it thought it was getting power, but it wasn't powering anything.
And it's asking for more.
And it's asking for more,
okay.
Which is where the power. Essentially, this is a couple of hours, just quick gaffer tape and.
I think for now I will bodge job it so it works.
Yeah.
And then so I taper up, and then all the lights will come on, and well, unless anything happens between then while I'm doing that.
In between then, the captain comes to see you and kind of and says, "Hey Colton, power outage?"
Oh yeah, entire top floor, all wires. It's gonna take. I need a day to fix it properly, but I can fix it for now.
We should be docked when we reach Talend. We should be docked for at least a day.
How long will it take?
Yeah, how far are we?
You're about 2 days in.
2 days into the trip?
Yeah.
Of a 3-week trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know this unless Colton tells me or somebody tells me.
When he tells me that, actually, I will. I'll probably ship comms it.
Bridge.
Probably at least 2.5 weeks, maybe a little longer.
Thanks.
Maybe it'll hold for 2.5 weeks. But we might have a bigger problem down the line. A more expensive problem down the line.
Can you set it so that we won't have any more power problems with the bodge? And then we can try, you can, like, you'll have the time once we get there. Essentially, can you keep the ship together until we reach our destination? Because like a day shutdown will be quite rough.
I don't need to shut down the top floor.
Still, I merely say this because we've just got our garden up and running, and I'm scared of Nomi.
Why? She's
very intelligent and knows a lot more.
Calm. Great conversationalist.
Really?
Yeah.
She never says anything.
Yeah. Unless it's important.
Right.
I will
Also, the kitchen's up here.
Her.
And
Is it not possible to cook food anywhere else?
we'll get quite low on oxygen if it's having to. It'll get pretty cold up here as well. No heating.
I can fix this for now, but it will break again, and it will be more expensive and longer to fix it for the captain.
Let's take the risk.
Huh?
You happy
Yeah,
with
that's
that?
what the captain wants, so yeah. I mean, that's what he wants, right? So I will bodge it. And that's a terrible idea, by the way.
yeah. So you wrap it up. You essentially like you do a quick solder job. It's much essentially what you would do normally.
All the wires need to come out of there and be replaced. Everything,
Yeah.
and I've basically just taped up the wires.
Yeah, you essentially solder the wires and then wrap it up in gaffer and whatnot, and then kind of.
It's a good bodge job, but it is still a bodge job.
It is still a bodge job. So with that,
I wouldn't. This wouldn't be an alien concept to me. Being when I've been on the merchant navy ships, sometimes
that was a corporation run ship. So.
Well, sometimes you just need to get something going.
Well, that's what I mean. Like a lot of times they'd ask you to cut corners and stuff, and it is
Save
what
money.
it is. Yeah.
Raise profits.
So yeah, you get that done. A couple of hours, Nomi and Astrid locked in the dock. It's not too bad. It does. The temperature drops very slightly. Not enough quite to threaten your plants. You'd need like if it was
To be honest, it's all like baby seedlings and seeds right now. So.
Like if it was a day, that would be much more of an issue, but a couple of hours is fine.
I think while they're stuck up there, I would talk to them occasionally and just tell them what the cat AI is doing, just to entertain them. Like it's sitting on my
console and like I think it's cleaning its butt, but it's a robot. I don't know. It's in a very weird position. It has a leg up. Strange thing.
A simulation. It's not cleaning anything, it's just pretending. Because somebody told it to.
Why?
I don't know.
It's intriguing how it can be in that position. Huh.
Can you not stretch?
Wait, your leg over your head.
Me? No. Can you?
No.
I mean,
Can you?
I can raise it pretty high, but not that high. Can you?
I'm not sure. Hang on. I'm pretty sure she could, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she could.
Yeah.
Oh, could
Yes,
I want to ask if you could teach me that, but it sounds hard.
it takes discipline. It's not... You have to stretch every day and exercise over many months and years. And
That sounds like a lot of
probably
work.
easier.
I think I'll just admire you doing it.
I'm just not going to attempt that. It doesn't sound good for the hips.
It's actually very good for the hips.
It's all in the hips.
My hip has about 1 kilogram of shrapnel in it.
Oh.
She'll look across at Astrid in the dark, and there's just like a moment of panic in her eyes, like, I've got into a conversation and I don't know what to do. Like, what do people say to something like that?
So,
She doesn't understand the hand signals.
the power comes back on once Colton goes and reestablishes power and everything. As a sidebar, it was assumed that you switched the water back on to Colton's room. My question now is, I think if we keep going till planetfall, we'll be here for another couple of hours. So, shall we finish here?
Absolutely.
Okay. We are 2 days into our journey. Only a little bit has gone wrong. Nothing worrying at all happened so far, so that's all good.
We know
Just a
no
little
me is
lost,
Limber.
lost.
Yeah.
Just a little lost.
A lot of waiting around for plants to grow. You've got to do something.
Yeah.
Yoga.
Yeah. Well, also, you don't want to be bending over plant pots with a bad back. That sucks.
True. That is true. That is so true.
Plant stuff is heavy.
Yeah. And, you know, now your pilot wants to watch you twist yourself into knots, apparently.
Apparently so.
What? What was the phrase you said? I'm just going to.
Can I watch you? I think.
No, I think I said I'll just admire you doing it.
Yeah, I'll just admire you doing it. There you go.
That's the name of the episode.
Well, I won't join in. I'll just admire you doing it. So, let's go around front to back, and I'll just admire you doing
He's
it.
using different terminology now.
Just say that.
We already shouted out at the beginning.
Yes.
Well, I didn't want to say counterclockwise because you guys would shout at me again. So.
Horizontally.
Yeah, just a quick hey, how you doing, and then we'll finish up the show. Nomi and also Amelia.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
It's me. I'm slowly remembering how to use my Go XLR again. Yay. That was really cute and fun. No, that's so adorable. I'm looking forward to a large amount more confusing, awkward flirting, because none of this in Nomi's mind was anything to do with that.
Yeah.
She was just confused.
That's why, even though you did well on the deception roll, you didn't pick up that his mate was like, "Oh yeah, you could take your girl for a walk
Yeah.
around." It was like, nope, no, I don't.
It's adorable, and I love Astrid. Like, I love the idea of her calling somebody into the room for comfort, and it's Nomi just like, "Hello, I exist here too now. I don't understand how to give you physical comfort or make you feel
Okay.
Oh,
less alone. Who am I?
Third episode of Drifting.
I'm Nomi.
Third
Oh,
episode
I'm
of
the
Drifting.
Oh my god, this is great.
Test your GM. Go.
Hi everyone, this is Drifting.
Sorry, you're out now.
What were we doing? Oh yeah, I was saying hi. Hi.
Hey.
I know way too much about gardening in space now. I've been doing a lot of research, and I really want to start hydroponic gardening.
We'll get into
You
it
can
next
use human
episode.
piss for a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
And I know way too much about fertilizers.
You can make bombs from them. From that.
Human piss and fertilizers? Probably.
Well, from fertilizer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why or where I know that from.
Flame Fight Club.
Fight Club. There we go.
Go over to Safi and also Astrid. Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Enjoy yourself, you ridiculous engineer.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I'd like to say I love playing Astrid, but she's just sort of like a stupider version of me.
I've become convinced that both Astrid and Safi are playing the game. Let's see how many people I can make confusion quit a conversation with me.
The conversations with the captain are just
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Yes. Oh my god.
It's like, oh, now, Colton Fields. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm now very tired.
Don't worry, we'll just see how everyone felt about the episode, and then we'll be gone.
Yeah.
And also, just for the record, my plan for this episode was Planetfall and then a whole load more. And I was like, well, we'll see how we go. Like,
Said you wanted to go slow.
Yeah.
oh no, I'm perfectly happy with it. I was just like, I'm not sure how much we can do, until we get into space and start traveling. And no, there's a shit ton we can do. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long show.
hell yeah.
People who don't talk went shopping.
Yeah.
We
And
bought
we still
everything.
got like an hour out of that.
That's right.
It was like 3 sentences. That was an hour's worth of content.
So
It's
yes.
not what you say. It's all in the body language.
It's whether or not you
apparently.
can put your leg over your own head.
So Kareen and Tessachka.
I love this show so much, and every single character and person in it. Yeah, I'm just having too much fun, and I'm gonna stream later after I eat my entire fridge.
Nice.
That's it.
Okay. And Colton and Peachy.
Yeah, that was good. There was a bunch of stuff that I really enjoyed because it wasn't our first, last episode. It was the first time we'd ever met each other. And like my character isn't very, hey, let's have a big old conversation. But he saw a friend and they talk.
Yeah.
And when there's stuff to do, he's fine with talking because it's important. So it was nice to I need to converse with these characters for stuff. Like having a conversation with her. I don't know what she fucking did. I was just like, hey, can you just lie to the captain and say this is going to take longer to fix? And she's like, oh, I can, yeah. 3 days? I can fuck something up that'll take me 3 days to fix.
That was brilliant.
It's kind of a shame that we didn't need that, because I was really looking forward to Astrid explaining how fixing a broken pipe that she smashed in was going to take 3 days.
It wasn't as the actual concept of the pipe being smashed. It's the fact that being water leaking everywhere and there's water damage and blah 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 and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of things an engineer could say, but Astrid's like, I'm gonna just fuck this shit up. Because then I don't have to lie, because it is busted.
What?
He's not very good at lying, we found out.
One really cool thing that I picked up that I wasn't exactly expecting is it's very different from like your standard D&D party, because you guys could all kind of dislike or be neutral or whatever, or not even be particularly compelled to talk to each other in a friendly way, but you still end up talking to each other all the time because you're doing your job all the time. So you have to like radio through and be like, hey, we need to talk about this and etc. So the kind of becoming colleagues and work friends and you know, like
It feels very organic.
comrades
Yeah,
is
it's great.
just slowly building as we go, which I
And I
find
love-
really interesting.
I love the
Yeah.
assumptions people are making about where each other's skill sets are and
Yeah.
Yeah.
finding all that out. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's neat. Like it feels very organic because like I think a lot of our characters, all of our characters are not super like, hey, let's be friends, blah blah blah, because we've got like shit we don't want to talk about. We just want to do our jobs, but
I mean,
we
that's
have to
why people
interact, it's
take
great.
jobs on these ships because
Yeah.
they go out for. What's it going to take us 6 weeks to get there and back if we come back?
yeah.
And
Perfect.
also, I don't know how well this came across, but I figure you probably figured it out. Like the little corrosion on the sensor, and the problem with the power fluctuating and that. It's literally just problems the ship has, you know, like wear and tear, strain. You know, like I saw a couple of people being like, "Oh, it's aliens" or anything like that. And it's literally just.
Or
odd
girls
things
That's
you
you
definitely where I
love.
went with the acid when you were like that,
Yeah.
but then you were like, "Oh no, there's no acid here," but
Yeah,
there's
no.
acid damage. I misunderstood that.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Yeah, no, it's just a little corrosive damage. Probably happened like going into a dock or something. Just, you know.
Yeah, I was worried when you said acid, but then when you said it wasn't continuing to do damage, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah, no one was dropping acid on top of the ship.
No.
Oh my god, what was
Maybe
you said? I heard
episode
it's
3.
fun. Can
Try
you
one of the fun new
imagine-
fruits Nomi's growing, and all have
Oh,
a really good
yes.
episode.
Ooh.
You should try this pear. Oh, it's
This could
Just
be quite
3 episodes
entertaining.
of all characters screaming at the void. Ah!
Almost our entire party in Rhyme once ended up on mushrooms, and that was D&D. So, I mean, anything
Oh,
is
yeah.
possible.
Oh, yeah. But there's some interesting plants out there.
And she is a scientist if she doesn't recognize it.
Yeah.
Try this in experiment.
Please fill out this response sheet.
Yes.
So yeah.
Good episode. Good episode.
We went a little bit over time. Apologies, everyone, for that. But I just wanted to get to the point where we were out in space and you know, encountered our first. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Just very quickly, the reason why things are like this is essentially when I rolled the quirks for the ship on character creation, we got shitty sensors. Essentially, we get -1 to all sensors. I figured I'd take that a bit more narrative than just a, you know. And also, the ship costs double maintenance because it's so run down and a bit wonky. So I've been trying to put that across in a narrative sense too.
Oh yeah, it's fucked. The ship is fucked.
Yeah.
But we will love her.
Yeah. it
Did
makes
you-
sense.
Also, I'm naming the cat Rover because it's already named Rover.
That's a dog name, silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
It's
makes
perfect.
it great.
I don't care. It's cat dog.
Yes, she actually is. It's
So
very appropriate.
to YouTube and to everyone on Twitch. Hey guys, how's it going? We're gonna head off and we're going to go away until next week. Video will be up on the YouTube tomorrow, and yeah, next week we'll be here, same time, same place, same trip. Expect possibly the next 20 episodes to be this trip, and then we may get to the planet. So we're gonna head off to the outro screen, which again, for now, is still a starting soon. But you know, you guys get that. It's all good. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
I'm so stupid, but you tell me honestly, if I wasn't meant to be what I see when I dream. Where do I move in this world? Could you please tell me what the hell I'm doing for? Bring me to my knees. I'm so stupid, Would you tell me honestly if I wasn't meant to be what I see when I dream? It's a big, big world out there. Plenty possibilities. All of them is killing me soft. I want the real me figured out right here, right now. Is this lifestyle the right style for me? Only with time will I see. But by then it'll be too late. Looking in the mirror at a stranger's face. If I wasn't right, would you tell me straight? Or would you let me? Where do I move in this world? Could you please tell me what the hell I'm doing for? Bring me to my knees. I'm so stupid, would you tell me honestly if I wasn't meant to be what I see when I dream? Where do I move in this world? Could you please tell me what the hell I'm doing for? Bring me to my knees. I'm so stupid, would you tell me honestly if I wasn't meant to be what I see when I dream? I want something great instead of all dismay, but I can't find my way. I fall on my face, I flatline my faith. I want all escape, let's throw it all away. Just like the thoughts I trade for a couple of bucks in this big bucket of love. I'm steady throwing my up, hoping for that 1 in 100. But fuck stressing the numbers. Pop this deck in your summer and see the inner of my head declog like a plunge. Y'all be akin to my feces, your best bet be the Bee Gees. The way you think living's staying alive. I got my head in my smile, but don't know where I'll fly. I'm just spreading my wings, I'm fine with taking my time. I used to rush it all out, I'm trying to slow it all down. Take my feet and lose ground, give them somewhere to hang. I always want it right now, trying to slow it all down. Take my mind and lose ground, watch it floating away, yeah. Where do I move in this world? Could you please tell me what the hell I'm doing for it? Bring me to my knees. I'm so stupid, would you tell me honestly if I wasn't meant to be what I see when I dream? Where do I move in this world? Could you please tell me what the hell I'm doing for it? Bring me to my knees. I'm so stupid, would you tell me honestly if I wasn't meant to be what I see when I dream?